Intensive. The Magnetic Influence Intensive is live, and you are here in the right place at the right time. Put in the comments down below where you're joining from and how you feel. We were all doing this behind the scenes because I have some incredible women behind the scenes with me. So welcome to the Magnetic Influence Intensive. I want to welcome all of our followers who are on all our social media platforms, and welcome over to our Instagram as well, the Magnetic Influence Intensive. If you're on Instagram or if you're on one of our social platforms, you might want to actually register so you can get behind the scenes with us today, October 19th. So excited to be here with you for the Magnetic Influence Intensive. So I'm seeing women all around the world are joining in anticipation, super excited, activated, joyful, powerful, joyful, jazzed. Thank you so much. Thank you, Anita. Marissa, New York, thrilled. Marianne, Vancouver, Calgary. There's women from all over the world. So Katrina and Sharon and Sarah, Marissa, welcome. Molly, Bay, Pamela, Marianne, joining us from all over the world behind the scenes. Crystal is here. Mama Bear. Mama Bear Kanako. I love it. I love it. Nice to see you. Beverly, Kim, welcome to you all. And I want to say to you, put your cameras on. It makes a huge difference to the energy that is in the room here. It makes a huge difference to the power that you infuse into your business today. And it makes a big difference to the connections that you make. So if you're behind the scenes here with me, put your cameras on. If you're watching on any of our social platforms, comment in the feed. Whether you're watching live or you're watching replays, comment so that we can be with you together in this energy. Oh, Mariana, thank you, Mariana. I'm sorry, my eyes, like I have to lean in and squint to see some of your names. So thank you. It's Mariana. I love this. Okay, welcome everybody to the Magnetic Influence Intensive. This is a one-day live training for holistic women entrepreneurs who are ready to take their business to the next level. Put yes in the comments down below if that's you. If you are a leader, an entrepreneur, a woman who has a vision and a mission to reach more, to do more, to be more, and to make a difference on the planet today, because as we know, it's needed. So put yes in the comments if that's you. Put yes in the comments down below. I want to welcome you in and tell you what a huge difference it makes to you to be here right now for your business. So this training, we are on here live for 4 hours, and you are going to discover the mindset and marketing strategies of women who have built magnetic businesses. The people I have on this live stream today, it's incredible. You're going to learn so much. Who's excited about our guests? Put yes, yes in the comments down below. Put 2 yeses in the comments down below if you are specifically here because you are thrilled about these guest speakers. Make sure that you have a notebook and some colored pens so that you can take a lot of notes. Show me your notebooks. If you're here with me behind the scenes, show me your notebooks because we're going to be doing a contest that involves these today. We're going to be doing a contest and one of you is going to win a VIP coaching session so that you can power your business up and get the strategies and insights that are going to take your business and double, triple, 10 times the amount of clients, income, and ease that you have. How many of you want ease at the same time? Put ease in the comments down below. If you're like, oh yeah, I want to have fun. I want to reach more people. I want to power up my business and I want to breathe. I want to make sure there's ease and spaciousness in it. So everyone take a deep breath with me, like feel that right into your belly. That big, deep breath of ease. I love it because today you're going to gain clarity on your message and your mission. You're going to build your loyal following of raving fans who love what you do and spread the word for you. You're going to realize the exact plan for how to attract even more dream clients, and you're going to walk away, hands on your heart, everyone. And I just love all of you who are here behind the scenes with me. Hand on your heart, you're going to walk away with an inner knowing that you do already have exactly what it takes to lead people today. You do already have this. And with the state of our planet right now and what humanity is going through, right now on the planet, people are suffering, people are hurting, families are breaking, people's lives are being lost, and you're choosing to be here. And that's deeply meaningful. Like that makes a huge difference because you're not just here because you're like, I want to be magnetic. You're here because This is what I suspect about all of you. You're here because you're a visionary and a leader and you want to make a difference. Is that true? Put yes in the comments down below if it's true. That sometimes you find your heart hurting and you're like, I need to spread this light. I need to spread my message. I need to teach people. Because I believe that there's a ripple effect that happens. Like when you do something good with people, it spreads and spreads and spreads. I see so many of you are with me. Marissa, Therese, Bay, Sharon. I love this. Aileen, Mama Bear, Sarah, Maureen, Pamela, Crystal, Terry. Oh, yes, you are all with me. Stacy, Beverly, Mad. It's so good to have all of you here with me because the world needs us truly. Like, and I know that sounds like a thing to say, but I really mean it. You can make a difference. And in fact, it's the only thing that ever has made a big difference is one person at a time. And one woman spreading her magnetic influence on the world makes a huge difference. And I know what it's like. So for those of you, is anybody here hasn't met me yet? Just put new in the comments down below. If you're like, I'm new to you, but I'm new. Stacy, it's so good to see your beautiful face here. Oh my gosh, it's so wonderful. If your cameras aren't on, Brittany, Brittany, it's so good to see you. I'm loving you all. If you're new to me, put new in the comments down below. I'm just seeing some amazing women that I totally love. And it makes a difference when your cameras are on, truly. Some of you are new to me. So my name is Elizabeth Ocean. I'm the CEO and founder of the Women's Holistic Business Academy. And I have been in holistic business for over 30 years. I've published a magazine, owned a yoga studio, owned a wellness center, been a healing practitioner, been a large-scale transformational event producer. I have done so many things. How many of you can relate with doing so many things? Put so many in the comments or just wiggle your fingers at me. You're multi-passionate. You love all the things. You've been doing all the things. And I've been doing all the things alongside of you. And I brought all of those together to create the Women's Holistic Business Academy, where I get the total honor of training influential women leaders like all of you to stand on bigger stages, to find their authentic voice and to claim their power as a leader. If that's you, just put lead in the comments down below. If you're like, yes, I'm a leader. Yes, I want to go for it. So anyway, I've done all these things, but over the years, there was a time when it wasn't that easy for me, when I held myself back, when I was actually scared to be seen, when I'd actually rather be totally behind the scenes than in front of you. I hated making videos. I was really down on myself, really thought like, what do I have to say? Who am I to say it? Everybody's going to say it better. I'm not good enough. What am I going to sound like? And so I hid. I hid from the spotlight. How many of you can relate? Just nod your heads or put me in the comments down below if you can relate to hiding or having that feeling like I don't know if I'm enough. I don't know if I can do enough. Like I don't even know if I have enough time or energy. Some of you are like, I'm fine with the confidence piece, but I don't know if I have enough time or energy. That was me. And it was totally hiding. And guess what went along with the hiding? Just like lack of energy, lack of impact, and the big one, lack of income. So I was suffering. And I can remember trying to survive. I wouldn't even call it surviving. I can remember trying to survive as a yoga teacher and a healer and like doing everything for everybody else on $500 a month. I remember being in debt. I remember feeling like, who am I to do this? And why can't I do this? And I was so down on it, so like frustrated and lost and overwhelmed that I just wanted to give up on being an entrepreneur and helping people. How many of you can relate to that? Put me in the comments down below if you can relate to that feeling of like, it's just heavy. But it was through that feeling and that moment, those moments that I was like, I don't know if I can do this, that I remembered why I started in the first place. Because I wanted to make a difference on the planet for things that are happening today. I wanted to have enough money to be able to send to people on the other side of the planet who are hurting and who need us. And that's why I made the business that I made, because I'm like, I want to be able to make a difference. It's not just because I'm like, I want to have a business, I want to be shiny. No, it's because I actually want to make a difference on the planet today. And I see so many of you writing me in the comments down below. So thank you for writing me, Marlene, Courtney, Mad, Jennifer. I see you and I've been there and I know what it's like. And it's my my mission and my vision that women entrepreneurs should never have to do this alone, should never have to feel like they need to hide behind walls or hide behind other people because they're afraid of shining their light. It is my mission to help you to rise and to thrive. Who's with me? Just put rise in the comments down below if you're like, yes. Oh, Maureen says business is a spiritual practice. It is so true. So I am here to rise with you, and we can do this absolutely together. So magnetic influence is happening, everybody. And this is the reason that I brought this particular training to you today, because I wanted to make it possible for you all to just rise and shine and thrive and shine and be magnetic in your own world. So what does it mean to you to be magnetic? Are you ready to dive into this? What does it mean to be magnetic? Put it in the comments. And I love the women who are behind the scenes with me in Zoom, by the way. You are magnetic. I can see your beautiful faces. Your cameras are on. Thank you for being here. What does it mean to you to be magnetic? Magnetic is really, in the scientific form, it's to draw in. It's to magnetize, like put things towards you. You can magnetize from stage, magnetize your audience, like draw them in. It doesn't mean you're forcing or pushing or being like, ah, it means you are just drawing people towards you. So if you're with me behind the scenes, do this with your hands, just like gently, lovingly. It's a very feminine approach, just drawing people towards you, welcoming that in. Magnetic means you don't have to push and struggle, because you don't have to strive and struggle. Let's thrive and flourish instead. Who's with me on that? Nod your heads. You don't have to convince people, just connect. That's magnetic. Are you writing this down, everybody? Are you writing this down in your notebooks? Get your notebooks out and write it down. You can rest into a business that feels like ease and flow. Yes, there's going to be work. I'm not going to lie to you. There's work to having a business, to being an entrepreneur. Put your thumbs up if you're like, I know that that's true. Mariana says, I want to be magnetic. Yes, so beautiful. But that work is from a position of centered, grounded steadiness. Do this with your hand if that feels good. Like you are, and take a breath. You are centered and grounded, and that draws people towards you. So beautiful. And influence. What does influence mean? Put that in the chat. Put that in the chat. And Beverly says to attract those who are meant to be in your world. That's magnetism. Now, what does influence mean? It's the way that you catalyze change in people. Influence means that what you do and who you are in your essence and the way that you radiate that, whatever that means in your unique way, the way that you radiate that to the world, you're having influence when you do that. You are influencing. You're influencing your family, your friends, the people around you. Molly, I love it. She writes the word authentic. Influence means authentic. It's true. So when you are magnetic, guess what? You naturally influence. And it's not something that you're trying to be that's different than what you really are. It's just you being you. And when you have a why, like a deep why behind your business, like I said earlier, like, because I want to make a difference for people, like I want to do something that matters to people across the planet. That's one of my whys. I want to have enough money to actually spread that to people who need it. I want to have enough wealth and abundance and friendships and happiness and purpose in my business that I radiate that light into the world. What's your why? Put it in the comments down below. What is your why that makes you show up right now today? What is your why, you beautiful, crazy entrepreneurs that's like, I'm going to get online and be there for 4 hours and take copious notes and learn and learn and learn. But you could be anywhere else in the world right now. You could be doing anything else, but you're here and that matters. So what is your why? Sarah writes, to help others find the value within themselves. Sarah, thank you. Sharon says, I do want to truly make a difference in the world now. Beautiful. And Bay says family. Like, how many of the rest of you have that as well? Nod your heads to each other. If when somebody writes something, you feel it, nod your head if you feel it, and take a deep breath. Do that with me right now. Kimberly says, to help women love and care for themselves. These whys are beautiful, and this is what brings people forward. This is so cool. So today you're going to learn the 12 essential keys that every holistic entrepreneur must take in order to bring that why to the world. And that's what makes you magnetic. Your why makes you magnetic. Write that down. These 12 keys that you're learning are going to be sprinkled throughout the day, as are 12 magnetic influence speakers who are going to be sprinkled throughout the day. And for those of you who are here all day with me and you write down the 12 keys that I'm teaching on a page, and then maybe you have another page and you write down something from each of the speakers, make it colorful if you want, and you post it at the end of the day today, I'm going to be giving a VIP coaching package to one of you. So this is really, really cool. Courtney says, I'm driven to serve and bring more peace and wellness tools into more spaces. This is what I love about holistic wellness entrepreneurs, is that you have hearts. Marlene says to empower women to live the life of their dreams. Marlene, I'm so glad you're here. Okay, so are you ready to learn, everybody? Put ready in the comments down below if you are ready. Our speakers are incredible. You're going to be learning about wealth, how to unlock your magnetic momentum, how to manifest authentic abundance. You're going to be learning success in life and business, the importance of building community, activating your inherent healing, becoming legends in business, women thriving and breathing the world awake, embodied leadership mastery, and magnetic storytelling, in addition to the 12 keys that I'm here to teach you. So you are ready, ready, ready. You're going to get the most out of it with your cameras on, just saying. What I notice is women entrepreneurs who just are present, cameras on, you're going to get the most out of it when you take notes in color. So put your notes down, and I'm going to share with you a little bit later how to win a prize. How many of you love prizes? Put prize in the comments down below. Eileen, you are ready to empower women to navigate their lives. We're going to bring a speaker up here in just a moment, but I want to share with you the key number one before we do that. So key number one, get a separate sheet of paper out, and you're going to just keep writing keys on this. So key number one to having magnetic influence, let's dive right in. Number one is, and this is going to seem really sweet, is to be real. I know you've heard this. Be real, be unique. Like, you want to speak with authenticity, right? You want to be you. So focus on what makes you different. Write it in the chat. Like, what's something about you that makes you you? For me, it's like, I love to cook and bake vegetarian, organic, gluten-free food. I love to be in nature. I sit in my outdoor bathtub naked in the forest by the lake. And I love doing that. Like, just put you in front of your business, and that is really what makes a difference. Like, what's kind of quirky about you? What's unique about you? Therese loves riding her pink bike, and she loves making lace. What? And she loves walking in nature. So what's about you that's magnetic is the you-ness that is you. It makes you different and unique. Yes, there are hundreds of thousands of women entrepreneurs on the planet today, but there's only one you doing it in the way that you do it. So be courageous enough to find your voice and express that voice. And it helps if you're surrounded in a network of women like we are today. And you can even share your pet peeves. Like, one of my pet peeves is when people who have dogs, they scoop up their poop and they tie it in a bag and then they leave it on the trail. Like, what's up with that? Heather cold plunges. Jennifer writes stories. Marlene is a fairy. Molly's a unicorn. I love this. Be real. Like, just speak directly to your actual people and use your authentic, real voice. This is key number one to kick off the day. I've got 11 more powerful keys for you, and I've got 12 magnetic speakers who are going to change your lives forever. So this is going to be a really, really powerful day. Molly says we're all unique rainbows. Beverly says I'm a truly natural woman, artist, healer who walks her talk as the vegan lover of the arts. Yahoo! I love that. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, everyone. All right. So are you ready for our first guest? Put G in the comments down below if you are ready for our first guest. And I want to also just let you know that my incredible husband, Stephen Ocean. Stephen, I don't know if you can come on camera for a moment and just say, like, wave at everybody and say hello before we bring our guests up, because he's doing all the behind the scenes. Like, he's making sure the guests are here. He's going to be speaking to you later about how to become a legend in your business. He's masterful, incredible, and powerful. Stephen, you are a magician of all the things. So I'm just so happy that you're here. All right. Are you ready to bring our first speaker up? Yes, yes, yes. Oh, Liz is here. Yay. I love this. Okay. So we're going to bring our first speaker up to the screen, and then I will tell you a little bit about her. This is going to be an incredible day. I'm so excited about this. Those of you who are on Instagram, by the way, I'm signing off. You got to join us. Click on my link tree and you can register. Bye, Instagram. They don't get to be behind the scenes with us, Molly. I'm so excited that you're here, love. Thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, I'm so excited to be here.
Let me introduce you to this amazing, incredible woman who I've known for years. and who has always influenced me with her magnetic presence and her grace and the way that she leads. So Molly Summer is a certified core energy coach, hypnotherapist practitioner, bioenergetics healer, and energy leadership index master. Molly's incredible. She partners with creative entrepreneurs to design and manifest businesses and lives overflowing with abundance, purpose, and joy. Molly Summer, you're amazing. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here. Everybody looks amazing. You guys, seriously, your energy, the stuff just lights me up. I love it.
I'm so glad that you're here. And everybody, when we have a speaker come on, it really makes a difference if your cameras are on and you give them some sparkly fingers. So do that with me right now. This is our version of a standing ovation for our speakers. Molly, go ahead and tell us, I introduced you, but tell us a little bit about what you're up to in your business in your words, because you're in front of all these entrepreneurs. So they're going to be like, what is it that you're up to? So what do you do?
So I, like you, I think we have, a really similar story. I, like you, have been I've been around for a while. I've done all the things. And last year, I took some time off because I was starting to feel burnt out. And I was very much in this place of just uncertainty. And, as women, I think we have a lot on our plates at the best of times, right? But when we are uncertain about which way we're going, it can really cause not only mind stuff, but also body stuff. And so I took the year off last year.
Good. I'm glad to hear that you did that. I'm glad you're back.
I know. Well, my guides get so loud sometimes that it's like, okay, fine, I will listen. Right? Otherwise, there's just so much chatting going on in my brain. So in the fall of last year, I heard the words woman of wealth. And it just kept repeating and repeating. And so I started following that, and I rebranded this year. I redid my message this year, and it's really about manifesting and healing the underneath, the intangible, the subconscious, the beliefs, the body, what's held within the body, so that you can really step into not only the birthright of abundance, but also the vibration of abundance, and really just exude it so that you are effortlessly, just like you say, magnetizing yourself to opportunities and money and love, and it just gives me little goosebumps every time I talk about it, because it's just so exciting.
I love that you said step into your birthright of abundance. Like, I'm ready to write that down, everybody. You're all writing these things down with me. And it's easy to look at you, Molly, and be like, oh my God, she's gorgeous and she's confident on Instagram. Like, you leave great things and you do great stories and posts and all the things. But what's something that you've been through that's challenging, that shows your humanity as an entrepreneur, that these women can really see that as well?
Yeah. Well, so I started my business in 2017, and I started at full-on scarcity mode. Full-on scarcity mode. I was afraid of debt, and yet I was in debt. And so in 2019, I actually had to file for bankruptcy. And I went through all of the stories, that I'm a failure, that I can't support my family, and that, I'm not good enough, and I can't do this, and my message isn't unique enough, and I'm not unique enough, and everybody's just saying the same thing. So why do they need me to be there? And, so at the same time, I was asking for guidance. I was asking for source to show me the way. And so really, I feel like what happened was, like, I wanted to step up into a bigger world. I was asking for the Maserati, and source was giving me the Maserati, but I still thought I was a Datsun. Right?
And you were totally a Maserati woman.
I was totally a Maserati. I didn't see myself. I didn't see my worth. And so I was sabotaging myself before I would even get started.
How many of you can relate who are watching here? Just put me in the comments down below. Anytime one of our speakers says something you can relate to, just put it in the comments, put me or say relate. Look at this. This is really powerful. So Molly, what do you want our women to know today? Like, what do you want them to lean into? What's your teaching?
You know, our dreams are our own dreams for a reason. My dreams are going to be different from your dreams. And yes, we get collective inspiration because, you know, like I listen to you and I'm like, yeah, girl, like that is it. That's what I want too. I want to give back. But we are all these unique vessels of divine expression. And that abundance and that source energy flows through us, and our experiences, our perceptions, our beliefs, our creative expression is what creates our uniqueness. And your dreams have purpose. They have been given to you for a specific reason, and only you can birth them into this world. And so it
I'm
really
madly scribbling
is.
notes right now.
It really is a process of, like you said, finding that real clarity of who you are, how you want to impact, what your gifts are, and owning it. Be boldly yourself. Scream it from a mountaintop if you have to. You know, one of the things that, you know, you said, what makes you unique? I love, and I'm going to drop F-bombs. I hope nobody cares. I fucking love going into the forest and screaming when I have that energy in me. And it is so empowering to let that go and let Mother Earth take it and let it be reprocessed. And it just ignites fire in me. And that is the transmutation of energy. And that's
How many of you
what
are
we're all
loving that?
meant
Put
to
yes
be
in the
doing.
comments. Like just screaming that, owning it. Put yes in the comments. This is so good. Okay, keep going. You were saying something. I just got excited. I wanted to scream.
We are all here. We are all here to be the expression of Source. One of my favorite prayers I ask Source is the prayer of surrender. I say, Source, I surrender my career to you. I surrender my thoughts of money to you. I surrender my wealth. I surrender my debt. Please let your abundance flow through me and allow me to use your energy for the good of the world. And my friend, the most magnificent things manifest. It's not up to us as the how. When we're in scarcity, we are so tightly around what you have to do in order to create abundance. But there is no doing. It is a sense of being.
It's so true. It is that sense of being. Molly, you are speaking truth to us right now, and it is so right and aligned that you came on first to just powerfully open this intensive. I'm just like, thank you, Source, for making this happen. So thrilled. How can people find you? Like they're like, oh my gosh, Molly's my girl. How can they find you? Do we have something to? Do you have a gift to put in the comments?
I absolutely do. I created a special gift just for you ladies. That is a money magnet now I'm getting tongue-tied. Money magnetizing key codes.
Very cool.
And there's 10 of them. And it's really about, you know, like you said, coming into that alignment and letting go of the how and just trusting the process. So I've got that. I gave
Let's
that.
get that put in the chat right now.
Yes.
I think Stephen can go ahead and throw that in the chat unless you have it as well, but it's right here. I don't see it yet, so I'm just going to go ahead and stick it. Oh, okay. Stephen's throwing it in the chat. I have it too. Everybody's got it. Throw it there. Follow. Get this gift. So by the end of today, everyone, you're going to have like a dozen beautiful gifts that are going to help you to move your business forward. And more than that, you're going to have all the gifts of all these speakers. So Molly, thank you so much. What do you want to leave everyone off here today with, this short moment of inspiration?
Nothing will change in your reality until you change the energy that you are sending into the universe. And if you are not manifesting, it is not because of anything outside of yourself. There is a resistance within you that is stopping you from creating the life and the business of your dreams.
Molly Summer, you are a force to be reckoned with. Powerful leader, incredible. So like, let's bring you back. I want to do like a really long interview with you, but this is the Magnetic Influence Intensive. We're giving you all sorts of treats today. Molly, you are incredible. Everyone,
Thank
put in the
you.
comments down below, what qualities do you see in this magnetic leader that when you see those, you'll embrace those in your own self and your own business. Molly, thank you so much. Everybody hands up, give her a big round of applause. Thank you so much.
Thank you
Molly.
so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Mwah, you're so welcome. Molly Summer, amazing. Go ahead and put in the comments, what a fierce photo on the gift. Energetic love, 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 love. I'm taking notes alongside you all. Make notes because at the end of today, you're going to take a picture of your notes and you're going to post them up in the Women's Holistic Business Network at the end of today when you have all 12 keys on that. And I'm going to give one of you a VIP coaching package that's going to help you to boost your business up. Molly was amazing. Being, not doing, wisdom, power, possibility. I love it. Are you ready for key number 2? Put the number 2 in the comments down below. If you're ready for key number 2 to be magnetic, put a 2 in the comments down below. This is a really important piece of your business. A lot of times women entrepreneurs will try to do everything and be everything to everybody. But if you do that, then you kind of end up being no one to no one. And you don't get noticed. So how to get noticed in the online marketing world, which we've been in for the last 15 years. Really, I was online with my business before the internet barely existed. Anyway, okay. This one is to solve a micro problem. Meaning, if you help women with relationships, the micro problem is going to be something like, well, what relationship? Their primary relationship? Is it their relationship? Is it their marriage? That's more specific. Their micro problem. And there's a lot of problems in marriage. What's the micro problem within the marriage? Is it money? Is it sex? Is it health? Is it communication? Maybe it's how to fight so that you can love each other more in your marriage. That's a micro problem. So what is your micro problem that you solve? That's what's going to make you magnetic and make you stand out. Put it in the comments down below. What is your micro problem? Niching, I think of niching as old news. I see women spending years like trying to figure out their niche. I'd rather have you solve a micro problem and move forward. That's going to make your business thrive. So when you provide a specific, tangible solution to people, solve a micro problem. That's going to help you. Now, we have a bigger training coming up. It's called the Empowered Speaker Challenge, and I'm going to be leading you even deeper on a lot of these topics. So if you haven't signed up for that yet, we're going to get the link stuck in the comments down below. The Empowered Speaker Challenge is a powerful event where you're going to learn our empowered speaker system that spiritual and holistic women leaders like the ones I have today are using to speak, lead, inspire, and get clear on what it is that they're offering in the world. So the Empowered Speaker Challenge is 5 days for you to ignite your voice and build a platform as a thought leader. And the link is right there. So I want to get you registered for that as well. I thought I'd tell you about that as well. I'm going to tell you about that a couple of times. I'll tell you more later because we have another guest who's about to come up. So that is key number 2. Solve a micro problem. That's how you're going to stand out and be magnetic. All right. Molly says register. It's amazing. Oh, I love that. All right. Our next speaker is another one of women who I just adore. She's one of my dearest, closest friends and colleagues. I adore this woman beyond measure. Kristen Caetano, we're going to bring her up to the stage. Kristen, I've been missing you on this platform, like being like this with you. I am so happy to have you here.
Hello, beautiful Elizabeth and amazing community. I am so honored and blessed and delighted to be here.
Yeah, I'm just kind of blown away because I'm like, these women are blowing my own mind, and I'm just in league with so many incredible leaders. How many of you are just in the first speaker, in the first like half an hour of today are already jazzed? Put yes in the comments down below. I mean, let me tell you about this woman. Kristen teaches entrepreneurs how to launch their profitable programs and scale their businesses and reach more people through streamlined marketing, soulful strategy, and online events. How many of you are in that world? Nod your heads. As a certified coach and hypnotherapist for more than 16 years, Kristen offers a unique approach that combines savvy business systems with powerful mindset tools and a lot more. She's amazing. So welcome, Kristen. I'm so happy to have you.
Thank you so much. And before we even go on, I just want to say that the reason you have all of us here speaking is that we are a mirror to you and your brilliance and all of the beauty that you bring. So how to get that in there right from the get-go.
I love it. Thank you so much. I love that. Why don't you tell everybody about what you're up to in your business? Like, what is the micro problem? What are the micro problems that you solve for women entrepreneurs, seeing as we were just talking about it? And what is it that you're up to?
What I do is I help women leaders, visionary entrepreneurs, spiritual teachers, similar to Elizabeth, really how to get their gifts expressed in the world, usually through a service-based business, specifically by really being live and being in relationship with their communities. And in order to do that, we've got the left brain strategies and the whiteboarding in the systems, but we also need the mindset and the energetic work. And that's really my magic, is blending those two, because what I know is that we need both in order to truly succeed.
We do. We need both. Like, we need our whole selves, like both parts of our brain, all of our parts integrated. And what's something that you've walked through in your life that's been challenging in your journey?
Lots of things.
But pick one, right? It's like, how do we pick?
You know, as I was tuning in to coming to share with you all today, what was really arising for me is that visibility has always been difficult for me. As a kid, I used to stutter, and I was the youngest child introvert in a very boisterous family. And if you can relate to feeling like an introvert or feeling like you couldn't get seen or heard at any point, just put me in the comments. And so what happened is I retreated, and this went on into my adult life. And the problem is that my nervous system got wired to play small. And becoming an entrepreneur and healer and teacher has helped transform that, but it's a constant practice. And there are ways that you can do that too, to get more confident, to get more visible, to share your magnetic message and really, really change people's lives. You can do it too.
That just blew my mind. You said my nervous system got wired to play small. Like, see, you got used to that.
Horrid, right?
And you're incredible. Like, you have so much wisdom to share. It's hard for me to even imagine that you would ever play small or have a nervous system that way. But I'm seeing so many me's in the comments. And I think that that's really common with women leaders, that we just, like, we want to share, but there's something that holds us back. And so that's this back and forth. So what is some things that you want to teach to our ladies today that can really help them?
Yeah, well, I want to inspire all of you and let you all know that every single one of you can choose to become more confident and to show up and to find ways to open your heart more, so that you can connect with your audience and your prospective clients and all the things, because that's what truly makes you magnetic. It's all about relationships, marketing and business. The whole thing is all about, can you be intimate and truly connect, show your humanity and your expertise to your people? But it feels scary, right? Because we're all hardwired to play small, and that really sucks. So confidence is the number one thing that you need. And I'm going to give you just a little tip, and it's pretty cool because we have science on our side. So I'm going to geek out for just 1 minute. Neuroscience teaches us that we can choose to build confidence and become more confident, even if we don't feel confident right now, because who feels confident every second, right? And so the number one tip I want to give you is you will actually begin to rewire your brain if you choose to take action and to take risks and then repeat it. Okay, so we've all heard about our neuroplasticity of our brain. And see, I got wired to play small because it became a habit, it became comfortable. So I'll give you just a super quick analogy and then how to do it. So if you think about your brain, think about you're walking through a forest. Okay, I'm thinking of the redwoods. That's where I grew up, or where I lived for a while. So whatever forest. So if you're walking on a pathway in the forest and you walk the same pathway over and over again, what happens? that pathway gets worn. It gets more established. The grooves get deeper. And that's what happened to me when I got hardwired to be afraid to share my message and to be visible, right? But then here's what you do is you take that risk and you start a new pathway through the ferns, through the bushes, but you repeat it. So you decide that you're going to share your voice more. You decide that you're going to create a new habit for yourself. And the more you walk that new path in the forest, at first it's kind of like, brambles and stuff, right? But eventually you repeat it. You take the action, you repeat it. You begin to fire and wire that new pathway for yourself. And I promise you, each and every one of you can do this. You can choose this for yourself. And so you do this in the real world out there by taking the action. And you also do it in your meditation. You do it internally because we want to birth our magnetism from our core, from the inside, not from some shiny thing on the outside. It's not about TikTok or the next platform or whatever. It's inside. It's about energy. And every single one of you can do this.
Birth your magnetism from your core. Can you see me all? Can you all see me like madly like being like, oh, this is so good. Are you all writing notes with me? Birth your magnetism from your core. And I love that you said decide, like you decide to create it new because you were like, be confident. And I'm like, no. But when we make a decision and we take action, that makes a huge difference. Who's relating to this? Put yes in the comments down below if you are relating, if you are loving this. Kristen, these women are going to want to find more of you. So how can they find more?
Well, thank you so much for this invitation. So you can find me if you Google me, KristenCaetano.com is my website. And I have an amazing free gift for you as well. It's a spiritual business success bundle, and it includes some energetic practices to help you take the embodied action of actually rewiring your brain so that you can become more magnetic and more confident out there, as well as some practical tips about actually building your business. So
let's get that in the chat. There it is.
Yay.
Click on that, get Kristen's gift. Thank you so much for that generous gift for our community. Like, I know that these women are loving you and I want to keep you forever on this, but we got to go on to our next speaker. So what do you want to leave these women off with today? Word of inspiration.
Well, we've touched on it, but I just want to say, decide. How many of you have been wanting to make the course or wanting to write the book or do whatever the thing for so long, for years? Decide and make decisions from possibility, not scarcity. Put yourself in that future place where you've already achieved the thing and get support doing it. Stay in Elizabeth's community. This is a place that's safe, where you'll be lifted up, where you're going to get all the positive chemicals that happen when you rewire your brain in community. You can decide and choose and be in the energy of possibility.
Decide and be in the energy of possibility. I adore you. Thank you so much for coming on. Everybody, what do you see in this magnetic leader? What qualities do you see in her? Put it in the comments down below, because when you do, you embody it in your own hearts and souls as well. What's the biggest thing that you're taking away from what she just said to you? Put that in the comments. That way you're integrating it. And I'm taking notes right alongside all of you, because remember, at the end of today, I'm going to be giving away a gift. So beautiful. Authenticity, presence, all of it. So good. Kristen, you are amazing. Thank you again.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Let's give her some sparkly fingers. Oh, sorry. There was a little leg. Give her some sparkly fingers. This is our version of a standing ovation for our incredible speakers. Oh my gosh, who's inspired so far? Put me. Like, you're inspired so far. We're just in the first hour. Put me in the comments down below, or just wave at me. This is so good. Take action, build confidence. Like, if you apply what you're learning today to your business, the rest of this year will be magnificent for you. And as we're recording the Magnetic Influence Intensive, we're coming towards the end of the year. And you have a limited amount of time this year to make it matter. How many of you want to make it matter? Put your hand on your heart. If you're like, I want to make it matter. I don't want to just go into next year going like, oh, I wish last year could have been different, because you can make it different now. It's really powerful. Okay, who's ready for key number 3? Put a 3 in the comments down below. Key number 3, put a 3 in the comments down below. This is really important. If you want to be magnetic and you have a business, whether it's online or in person, you need to get people's attention. And one of the ways that we get people's attention, you can imagine you're in the old days walking along the street, or maybe you're in the grocery lineup and you see newspapers and magazines. And what have they got on them? They've got headlines and titles. They catch your eye, like alien gives birth to baby. Like, you're not looking at those ones in the grocery lineup. You're looking at the ones that are like empowered and moving. But we use the same kind of psychology to capture people's attentions. So things like, oh, I'm just going to write it down. I was like, where am I? You want to hook people. And the way that you do that is with hot titles, intriguing, inspiring, things that are going to capture people's attention. Speak to their problems that they have, or the dreams, visions, results that they want. Are you writing this down? So when you're thinking of hooking people with your titles, that means your emails, your program titles, your posts, every email that you send, every post that you write, your videos that you do, anything that you put out into the world, even if it's a workshop in your own community and it's up on a poster. Think about what's in it for the audience rather than what you think you want to put out. Think about what's going to capture and hook their attention the most. You can use tools, AI tools. It's crazy. It's so amazing now. You can use AI tools to even help you, like ChatGPT. It's a great one to use. Just like, make me a 3-word title for my upcoming workshop about XYZ, and see if you like some of the ideas it puts out. You can even use a tool called Headline Analyzer, and it gives you a percentage of how marketable your headline is. So there's some really good tools out there for you right now to help you to hook, that women in the past would have had to spend thousands and thousands of dollars on, and now you can just like enter it in and see how it works. So how many of you are going to do better hooks in your business? Put hook in the comments down below. And remember, come to our Empowered Speaker Challenge. If you think you're getting a lot out of this day, imagine spending a week with us. A week, every single day, you come for just a short period of time, and we give you the pieces that you need to get booked to speak on summits, keynotes, other high profile events. How many of you want to speak? How many of you want to be speakers, want to land stages? Just put speak on the comments down below. How many of you want to reach more people with your message? Put speak in the comments down below. How many of you just want to be able to get on video and be a little more confident? Put speak in the comments down below. You got to join the Empowered Speaker Challenge. And put the topic. I love this. Maureen wants to speak on health and wellness. What's the topic? Oh my gosh, all of you want to speak. What's the topic? Many of you. What's the topic you want to speak on? Put it in the comments down below. And then we're going to get you the link to join the Empowered Speaker Challenge. It starts October 30th. So that's in a couple of weeks from now. I love this, putting your topics, putting speaking in there. And I'm going to help you go deep on how you do the marketing behind a magnetic business during that training. So this is really, really good. All right, we are ready for our next incredible, magnificent speaker. Yes, I love this. All of these things. Reminders about the Empowered Speaker Challenge is that you're going to discover your authentic message and touch the hearts of people with it. That's really, really powerful. You're going to create your own beautiful platform that highlights your expertise and attracts your dream clients and a like-minded colleagues as well. And you'll embrace your role as a thought leader, because I know you all are. If you're here, you are a thought leader in the making. So we're going to put that in the link, put that in the comments one more time, put that link in the comments for you to make sure that you're signed up for that. And we're going to get ready to bring up our next speaker. She is absolutely amazing, this woman. And like, I'm just bringing up my most favorite women on the planet today. Like, I truly am. And we have another one of these live streams next month. And I'm like, I have so many women who are amazing in my life. And this woman is a very special human. So let's bring Leilani Reed up to the screen. Yes. Oh my gosh.
Hello. Hello. Hi, E. So nice to see you. So nice to meet all of you. Thank you so much for having me today. I'm so excited to be on here with all these other high, powerful women. I can feel the energy just watching it. It's amazing.
There are some powerful women here. And everyone, I just want to say thank you for being so engaging, like writing in the chat wherever you are, and for having your cameras on. It really makes a difference to the energy in the room. So Leilani, I'm so glad that you spoke to that. I'm so glad to have you here. She's going to be teaching you how to manifest authentic abundance by clearing your energy blocks. So let me tell you a little bit about this magnificent woman that you see below me here. So Leilani Reed is a Chopra educator and founder of the Manifesting Method. She has over 25 years of entrepreneurial experiences. She's done some cool stuff and is passionate about helping women realize their dreams by clearing past energetic blocks. So, Leilani, thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you so much, E. And I'm just so grateful to be here, but also so happy that you guys are all working with Elizabeth. And just, she has always inspired me. She is a magical being. She knows how to bring women together. And she's like the OG, you guys. This woman was in wellness before, when wellness was still super woo-woo. I mean, and I was as well, but she was leading the wellness industry in our community 20 years ago, when it was like, when yoga was still not
It wasn't as cool as it is now.
No. And then you had your magazine and your wellness magazine. Like, this woman has literally done it all. So you guys are learning from the best.
Oh, thank you for saying that. I appreciate you. And you are truly magnificent as well. Why don't you tell everybody a little bit about your entrepreneurial journey and what you're up to right now?
Yeah, so like many of you all in here, because I'm sure we're all very similar, I'm a multi-passionate being. So you probably all have like 5 million different certifications as well. So we don't need to go into those, but I started in business. So, really my entrepreneurial zest started when I was 20. I started my first business when I was 20, and I've had 3 businesses, but all in the background the whole time. I was always dipping my toes into the spiritual community. I was living in Newport Beach, and I was going to the Chopra Center. This is late 90s, early 2000s. Was doing trainings with Deepak, but at the same time, I was working in this really toxic corporate fashion world. So I continued to sell my soul for the next maybe 10 years. And then I decided, after I had kids, I had moved home to our community where Elizabeth is originally from, and decided to just wholeheartedly move into wellness. And we all know that it is hard, because number one, transitioning careers is hard, but also just the wellness industry. It's hard to make, I'm going to say it's hard to make a living, but that's not a belief that I hold anymore. But when I first started out, it was hard to make a living, going from making a lot of money to, starting from scratch again. Anyways, I feel like now, because there's so many healers and light workers and women that are embodying their power and ready to move into their experiences, ready to shine their light. And one of my favorite quotes is from Marianne Williamson: when you shine your own light, you give others permission to do the same. And that's like, I just tell all of my students that, because I see so many women playing small within, when they're first starting out in wellness, because they're not confident about their message. They don't think they know enough. They don't think they have enough certifications. So they just become like a student and just keep taking things. And it's an easy wheel to get stuck in. But at some point you have to just take action. So, today, besides talking about manifesting, because I haven't really talked about that, but the message that I want to just drive home for you guys today is to just take action. Like, attack it, whatever you're doing. And I know E is the same. If you're trying to create something, you just need to attack it with all your molecules, with all your energy, and that it will happen. But sitting
with all your molecules, like, that is the best quote I have ever heard in my entire life. Because in the spiritual wellness world, we're like, don't attack anything. And
okay, I know.
You're just like so proud. You're like, attack it.
It's actually a Jack White quote. You guys know Jack White, like the White Stripes?
It's beautiful. But then you bring like this feminine like essence to it, and it's really beautiful. And then it's easy to look at you, Leilani, and be like, you've got it easy. Like, you're beautiful, you're magnificent, you've got success, you're surrounded in success. What's been challenging for you in your journey?
I think the biggest challenge is always, battling with the ego and moving into that, whether I heard the last speaker talk about scarcity. And I think that is where, as women, oftentimes, and maybe not just as women, but we get stuck in that place of, again, not knowing enough. So it's fighting that imposter syndrome. And again, just remembering that your students, the people that you want to heal, the people that you want to get to, they're going to find you, because again, we are electromagnetic beings. And so if you can switch to that, knowing that you're not trying to teach or serve everyone, but you are trying to teach the students and the people, the beings that are meant for you. Okay. And so that's been a big journey, is like, you're trying to please everybody. As women, we're such people pleasers, but that's not the way to go in business. Like, we talk about the niche thing, right? But really, it's just like, have in mind that the people that you're going to serve, they're going to find you. They're going to find you.
The people
But you
who
have to take
are
action.
for you
You
are
have
going
to
to
take
find
action.
you. You better take action. You can't just sit there and be like, my people are coming to me.
No.
It's got to be paired with action. So what do you want to teach everybody?
Well, I'm teaching manifestation. So I specialize, and I've just shifted into this because, like you all, again, I've been teaching lots of things for many years, but I really felt a call to teach manifesting because it's something I wanted to teach for a long time, but I was sort of stuck in am I ready? Is my system good enough? All of those things. So thankfully, COVID was a blessing, and I was able to hire the experts, you guys. That's another piece of advice. You're working with Elizabeth. So I was able to hire an amazing curriculum designer to help me build out my framework. Okay. Create content. So from teaching for 15 years in person, I realized that teaching online, when I had to start to do it, is so much different. Okay. So much different because you have to hold space online in this digital, and Elizabeth is so used to it. I wasn't used to it. And I was like, okay, I'm going to teach something. I want it to be good. I want this content, my curriculum, to be dialed. So I hired a great curriculum designer or content creator to help me build my course out, my training out. And that was probably one of the best investments I ever made.
It makes a difference when you're working with people. I love that. Really cool.
Definitely.
So what would you want our entrepreneurs to know about manifesting in their businesses? Like, how does that relate to these entrepreneurs right now? What's something tangible they can do today?
Okay, well, the biggest thing is to know what you want, right? Have these clearly delineated goals. And the way I teach manifesting is through making sure that you're just another one of my favorite quotes, you guys. Your desire for the end will point out the means. Your desire for the end will point out the means. Now, from a business perspective, working in business, we always have an exit strategy. I sold my last business when I was in my 30s before I switched into wellness. And I had an exit strategy. I knew as I was building my business how I was going to sell it. So you have to do that the same for your journey, for your entrepreneurial journey, because you have a digital business. You are your digital CEO, you're your brand. Have that exit in mind. So your desire for the end will point out the means. What does that look like in as much detail as possible? Again, like it's already here. I'm sure you guys have heard these things before, but just, like it's already here with exquisite detail, so much that you can emote exactly the energy, the frequency that you want to step into that. Sorry.
That is so beautiful. No, I love it. Keep going. Your desire for the end will point out the means, because sometimes women in business are like, what? I don't know what to do. And how many of you have ever gotten lost in like the spin and the overwhelm and so many things? Raise a hand up or put me in the comments down below. If you're just like, sometimes there's just so much and we get lost in it. And then what happens with women entrepreneurs is we'll be like, I'm just going to go and do something else. How many of you have been guilty of doing that? And then you get lost in the doing of the other things, but we need you living your purpose. So if you know what the end is, like Leilani is saying, like know what the goal is. Sometimes spiritual, holistic women will like, I don't need goals. I'll just sit back. And I love what you're saying. Like we need the goals, we need the action.
Yeah, you have to treat it like a business 100%. And, and also don't give up because it's hard. It is hard. Building a business is hard. It doesn't matter what business you're in. So realize that it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy to create a course. And then you're learning all these things. And that's why it's so important to bring experts on board. I know money can be an issue around hiring experts. There's so much good free information out there now. So many people offer free mini trainings. But I do, if you have someone like Elizabeth that can sort of guide you through all the steps because she's done all the things, it's so valuable and worth it. Instead of trying to figure out, how do I do my funnels myself? How do I grow my email list myself? All of those things, like try to just get a good teacher and learn from them.
Thanks for saying that. Yeah, don't do it yourself. That's the biggest thing.
Back
when I was like really struggling with my business is because I was trying to do it all myself. So that makes a huge difference. And being aligned with other leaders like you and like all the women here in this community, like staying in proximity makes a massive difference. So
absolutely support.
What do you have for our audience? Like how can they follow you, follow up with you?
Yeah, well, I have Instagram is where I do most of my marketing. I'm not that active on
Perfect. We'll put your
Facebook.
Instagram link in the comments and people can all go follow you there.
Okay, you want me to do that right now?
Done.
Is that
Steven just did it.
okay? Okay, I think and it's 2 underscores. It's Leilani__Reed. Yes.
Perfect. We got you. So go follow Leilani on Instagram. She is magnetic. And not only
Mm.
that, but you have such a beautiful heart. So thank you for being here with us today. What do you
Oh,
want to
I
leave
love
everybody?
you, E. I love you, love you. Thank you for having me. Thank you, you guys, for sharing space with me today. Good luck in all of your ventures.
Thank you so
Yes.
much. We
Thank
love you.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
I just loving these speakers. How many of you are feeling inspired and open-hearted as well at the same time? Just wave a hand at me or put yes in the comments down below. If you're getting inspiration, but at the same time, you're seeing real women entrepreneurs who have done all sorts of different things who are actually showing up with full open hearts. Put me in the comments down below. If you are feeling it, this is a great time for us to all take a little stretch break. So everybody roll your shoulders around. Stand up and sit down in your chair a couple times to get blood and energy moving. I want to see you all moving. So I'm going to keep moving until, oh, there we go. Now I see some more of you moving. So you're moving, wiggle your fingers, stomp your feet on the ground. Take 3 deep breaths and open your mouth and go, look up, look down, look to the sides. If you've got windows to look out, just really important when you're working on your business. And then like shake everything, shake everything. Give your body energy, give your body some energy as you learn. And then one thing I didn't do, what did you see in Leilani? What qualities do you see in that incredible leader that you want to embody in yourself that will make you even more magnetic? What magnetic qualities do you see in her? Put it in the comments down below. Kylie says Leilani's always been the face of grace. I agree. So put those qualities in the comments down below. And what's your biggest takeaway from what she said? I love that she said that your desire for the end will point out the means. It's so powerful. So powerful. Okay, who's in on the contest? You've got 12 keys to write down, make them colored, put your notes all around it. Maybe it's like, maybe you've got multiple pages of notes, but you're going to put them all on one page at some point. You take a picture of it and you're going to put it up in the Women's Holistic Business Network. Let's drop the link to the Women's Holistic Business Network. In case you're not a member in there yet, we're going to put the link here in. You can ask to be a member. We'll let you in. And then at the end of today, those of you who have 12 written out, all your notes with it as well is going to be really good. And you put a picture of those notes. It can be multiple pages. That's totally okay. You put a picture of those notes and let us know what you learned from the Magnetic Influence Intensive. One of you is going to win a VIP business strategy coaching package with me to help you move your business forward. How many of you want to win a prize? Put me in the comments down below. Put me, click that link to the Women's Holistic Business Network. Me, lots of me's happening. We'll put that link in again. So are you ready for number 4? Put a 4 in the comments down below as well. Put a 4 in the comments down below. So far you've learned, be real, solve a problem, hook. Be real, meaning be 100% authentically you. Do you see that in the women leaders who are here with us today? You also see, let me just check. Oh yeah, you also see that solving a micro problem, not just doing everything and being really broad, but getting specific and solving a problem that's specific to the people who you want to serve. Just like Leilani said, teach the people who are meant for you. So powerful. And then hook, grab those people's attention with powerful topics, headlines, titles, because that's what's going to grab their attention. So we're ready for number 4 now. Number 4, I love this one. This is one of my favorite things to teach is number 4. Are you ready for it? Are you ready for it? Put yes in the comments down below if you're ready for it. Put yes in the comments. Are you ready for it? Have you noticed that there's something that I frequently do when I'm teaching? I learned accelerated learning and teaching about 27 years ago, and it's been one of the most powerful things I've ever done. And you're all doing it right now with me. It is ask engaging questions. How many engaging questions do you think that I have asked you all since we started this live stream? Put a guess in the comments down below. Ooh, I just did it again. So I'm asking you questions all the time. Whether you're on video, speaking on stage, teaching your clients, making a social media post or an email. Kylie says 72. Exactly. It's probably about that many. How many questions have I asked you? When you ask engaging questions, you hook people's attention. You grab their attention, because the truth is, on your websites and your social media, your videos, your reels, all the things, you have seconds. You have a matter of seconds to grab people's attention. And most of you here, like me, are women over 40, and we've seen the world totally change. We didn't have the internet, and now we've got people's attention for seconds. So we're going to go with it. When you ask an engaging question at the beginning of a video or during your teaching of your clients, what you do is you pull people into presence. Take a breath into that. You pull them into possibility because they're like, well, what would it look like for me if I manifested the life I want? How much weight do I want to lose? What kind of relationship do I want? And you dive them into their own selves, which is powerful. So you instantly hook them and you grab their attention by asking an engaging question. In your videos, your shows, your interviews, your podcasts, all the things that you all do. So by the way, what is it that you all do? Put it in the comments down below. What is it that you're up to in your businesses? And how have you been doing this? I'm asking you 2 questions at once. So what are you up to in your business? And have you been asking engaging questions to people? Are you curious about your people? Because questions show that you care. Questions really truly show that you care. So I see all sorts of great stuff coming over in the comments down below right now. So it is what you do. And what are some questions that you could ask to people depending on your topic? Like if you help people sleep, you could ask them, how many hours of sleep are you getting a night? Or how many hours of sleep are you not getting a night? Might be a fun way to do it too. Eileen just started asking questions. Very, very cool. I love that. So ask lots of questions and make sure they are engaging questions. So that's right there. That is number 4. So number 1, be real. Number 2, solve a micro problem. Number 3, hook people's attention with titles and topics. Number 4, ask engaging questions. This is really powerful. If you are loving this training so far, we have another free training that's coming up, the Empowered Speaker Challenge. I don't know how much longer we're going to keep these trainings free. I do love keeping them free for our community. Should I keep them free? Put free in the comments down below. Put free in the comments down below if you think I should keep these trainings free. Anyway, the Empowered Speaker Challenge is currently free, and it is coming up October 30th through November 3rd, 5 days. You're going to learn to use AI and social media to spread love, expand your reach, and build a community that cares. And this challenge is really unique because it's not just about learning, it's also about growing together in a community. So those of you who want to lead and reach more people and extend your magnetic influence to more people, join our Empowered Speaker Challenge. It's coming up. We're going to put the link there. I love that. You're all like, lots of you are writing free. That's why I do free, because I want to make a lot accessible. Now we have year-long programs, and we have 3-month programs, and we have 8-week programs that people can join as well. I'll tell you more about those in November, but I love free. It's really fun. And you're going to be surrounded in this challenge by heart-centered, incredible women who share your passion for leading. So everybody, I'm so excited to bring our next guests up to the screen. And I don't know, Stephen, if you're going to be able to come up with us as well, but this would be really magnificent if you could, because this is a couple in business. Who's ready for our next guest? Put a G in the comments down below. I love how engaged you all are, by the way. I would just want to say again, thank you so much for commenting lots, for writing colorful notes, for being here, because it matters to your business. It matters to our speakers. It matters to this community. And for having your cameras on too, makes a huge difference. Those of you who are here with your cameras on, I see you. We see you, and there's networking and connections that can happen because of how you show up. So we are ready for our next guest. It is a couple guest, Shine and Crystal. These two are absolutely amazing. So let's get these amazing. Yay! Shine and Crystal, it's so good to have you here.
Thank you
Thank you
so much.
Thanks for being here. I love this so much. And now let me tell you just a tiny bit about these two. Shine and Crystal run wellness events in Vancouver, British Columbia, and have created an eco-wellness social marketplace, which I totally adore. Think Facebook meets Airbnb for everything well-being. And they are just heart-centered, incredible entrepreneurs. And you can tell why I love them as well, because they're a couple in business, just like Stephen and I. And I think it takes a certain amount of insanity and big hearts to be in business together as a couple. So I wanted Stephen to come up here with us as well while we have you. So Shine and Crystal, thank you so much for being here. And Stephen, I'm so glad that you're able to be here too.
Yay. So nice to see you both again. Thank you
I
for
know,
having me.
this is so cool. So why don't, Shine and Crystal, you go ahead and tell everybody about what you're up to in your business. I gave a tiny snippet, but tell everybody what you're up to.
Yeah, so we've built an eco-wellness social marketplace, and so people can sell their products, services, events, and connect with community. And we want it to become sort of the next Facebook or whatever big platform like that. And our focus right now is on speed healing, which is like free 10-minute sessions with wellness practitioners online and in Vancouver at events.
So what we really got clear on was hosting all these wellness events is we always had amazing community like everyone here today who have beautiful heart-centered offerings to contribute to the world. And again, kind of hitting up again this like, how do you get seen? How do you get out there? Not everyone wants to become a full-time marketer. Not everyone wants to learn all this stuff and keep educating themselves as technology keeps growing. And we really thought, how can we support people in being able to do what they love instead of wearing like 18 million hats of being like a website designer and a graphic designer and a funnel click person, ads expert? And how can we just help these wellness entrepreneurs that really just want to make a difference in the world do more of that and less of all the other stuff? So that's why we built the platform. That's why we host the events that we host, where we're always showcasing a variety of modalities. And the platform Unite.love, we really want to create the space that feels like home for this community, where we can support each other, grow, learn together, and share our offerings, and hopefully really eliminate a lot of that work for everyone. So we just get to do more of what we love.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear this. And I have a special place in my heart for people who are gatherers and put on events and bring community together. That's why I'm just like, I adore you two already, even though we're still just getting to know each other. It's just like these two, it's so amazing. So I'm sure it's not always easy to do what you do. What are some things that you've faced and how have you gotten through it?
So easy.
Do you want to go
You
first?
go first.
What are some things we faced? I think as an entrepreneur, and we're, two entrepreneurs together, which when it's good is amazing, and when it's bad, it's really awful. So not for the faint of heart to work and be in a relationship with someone. It's amazing, but it's a lot of work. But what I found one of the hardest things for me is, as an entrepreneur, and I've never actually had like a 9-to-5 where I worked on a team with other people, but I'm guessing you've got some reflection, you've got some other people around to kind of reality check. And as an entrepreneur, you have you and you, which is good when you're in a good state and really awful when you're, in the shit with yourself and you're just like, you have like 5 self-criticizing people on top of you. So I think my struggle has been that self-esteem piece, that like, am I good enough? Other speakers were talking about that. Have I learned enough? Am I polished enough to put myself out there? So that's really been a struggle for me. I was actually homeschooled or unschooled. I never went to school. So for me as well, being in the business world, I'm like, who am I? What do I even know? And again, coming back to that message piece that we were speaking about earlier, that really our uniqueness, whatever it may be, when we're in the shit, when we're having a hard time as entrepreneurs, that's what we use to beat ourselves up. And when we're in a good state, we've got to remember and remind ourselves that those are the pieces that is our message, that is our unique piece, that is the piece that makes us special. And so for me, that's been biggest challenges that still comes up. And I'm really glad I have a partner to be accountable when I'm in that place, to go like, I feel awful. I'm no good. Am I really no good? And he's like, no, you're good, sweetheart. But my recommendation to everybody would be, if you don't have a partner, get yourself an accountability buddy, get yourself a community, get yourself a neighbor, get yourself a roommate, somebody who, when you're in that well of despair, can just shine some light. And it's funny, but it's true. As when your business is your baby and it means so much to you, and it feels like if you're not working on it, your baby is like crying alone in a crib in a dirty diaper. Like that's I get a little dramatic, but it's true. It feels like your baby is like I'm a mom of 2 kids, so baby reference for me. But like when the business is not being taken care of as an entrepreneur, there's nobody else when you're not doing it to take care of it.
It's so
So
true. That's
get
one of the
yourself back
magical
up.
things about being in business as a couple.
Yeah.
And Crystal, thank you for your honesty about that. I like it a lot. And Stephen, I want you to get your voice in here and ask some questions too.
Yeah, that point you just made though is so like, it's like if there's one thing everyone can get out of this is entrepreneurship is not easy, but it's worth it.
Yes.
Right. So it's so good. Like there's so many different questions, but the one that comes up is, so when we talk about magnetic influence, like what does it mean to you guys to have, like, what does magnetic influence mean to you?
So I believe in law of attraction. I love Abraham Hicks, and we have seen that happen in our lives where we've just been very specific and had a very clear outline of exactly what we want, and we focus on it day over day over day over day, and it comes not only that but better and more than we could have ever dreamed, in multiple times, just beyond a shadow of a doubt in my mind. So I really believe in that, and for me the key is, how do I get myself to be that magnet where things can flow to me versus me having to go out and try and do and get and think. And I used to be that person that was always brainstorming, always thinking, always reevaluating. Oh, is this the right thing? No, I don't know. Is this the right thing? I don't know. And I can talk myself in or out of anything from different emotional states. Yeah. So it was impossible to know if I was going in the right direction because I could never get a clear beat on what I really wanted and what was true. Because when I was in different states, I would want different things or I would feel a different way about it. So that was very confusing. And so I really deep dove into like, how do I get myself into that, 0 point field, that flow state, that connection with my higher self, with source. And something that's been the biggest difference maker for me, and on the past question with Elizabeth, the hardest part for me has been that emotional journey and sometimes feeling good and great and in it, and especially because I can be really in it and really on, and when I'm not in that place, I can be really hard on myself. And so what I've learned over a lot of trial and error is that trying to fix all the things that are wrong with me or that I am not doing well, and when I get triggered, trying to clear those and heal those and fix those, that for me, that has backfired and actually has created more of it because I'm focusing on it. And so I'm attracting more. And it just is it became this never ending spiral of like, oh my God, there's just so much to do. And I was like committed. I was doing it every day. And I really thought that I could one day get to the bottom of it and just heal all the bits and be fine. And what I'm realizing is it's more like a TV network or, YouTube channels where they all exist and they're all there. And all of my triggers and traumas were there when I was enlightened, dancing at a music festival or, blissfully making love or whatever. Like, I can't be in a really beautiful state and have this thing of past traumas that aren't healed. It's not about like clearing or fixing. To me, it's about tuning into the channel where I want to be and finding the frequency and the energy that I want. And so I found I found a really lovely. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much for being honest about all this journey. And that's what I love about all our speakers today, like the honesty that you're all bringing through. And I appreciate that so much. What's one last thing that you want to teach this audience of visionary holistic entrepreneurs? What do you want them to know?
Oh, right. Well, I'll put a link to this flow state meditation that has been really transformative for me in the link. And Crystal, you go.
Yeah, and we've got one thing that we want to really offer to everybody and support everyone with is that piece of not needing ourselves to be finished as entrepreneurs, that really we don't want to be finished, that the contrast is the growth and that is the exploration. That's the fun of why we're doing this. So with what we want to offer everybody, the opportunity to come on the platform and be a speed healer, which is offering anything you want to offer. Both Shine and I have speed healing sessions there. So you can just book, get a 10-minute time with either of us going through different, Shine does his flow state. I do a little abundance manifestation on there. Katrina's on there. And what that really does is it's giving people beautiful practice. It's giving you time to be face to face with your community, to look people in the eyes, to have a little session with them, to hone what you're doing, and not wait until you're done to feel of service. Because I know every single one of you on here is here because you want to be of service. Like Elizabeth did such a beautiful job warming us up in the morning with, getting connected with that we want to be of service. That's why we're doing what we're doing. Otherwise, it's way too much work. As you were saying, Stephen, this is way too much work to do if you're not feeling passionate about it. But sometimes, at least for me, it can feel like you're spending like months building and you're not really getting to be of service. So the speed healing is a super fun way. You can put in fill in your Calendly, put in as many sessions as you want. I just have a couple openings every morning, and it's a great way for me to start my day and to get into that like abundance mindset with someone else. So
Very cool.
come
Let's
sign
put
up.
the link in the comments down below right now so that
we
everybody
will
can join.
Shine will put the link in there,
Okay,
and
Shine's
reach
got it.
out to
Good.
us if you have any questions, any thoughts. It's super easy to sign up on Unite. It's free. You can use Google and sign up, and we're building this for you guys. So let us know how we can support you, how we can help you be visible in the world and help you do more of what you want to do in the world. So yeah,
you two are amazing. And I want to have the four of us do like an hour-long interview that we can broadcast to everybody, because there's so much more depth that we could go to. And I love what you're up to in the world. Everybody join their platform. And can they join even if they're not in Vancouver, BC?
100%. It's global. It's around the world. We actually only have, I think, 50% of the people on the platform are from Canada, and then it's global from there. So it's a great way to meet a global audience and to connect with people all over the world.
Really cool. Any last final quick words of inspiration for our audience?
I would say don't wait and try and be a perfectionist with things. Just test. We're building an app and a website, and like on the consumer side, like an app like Facebook, the key is finding that product market fit where people are they love it so much and they just tell their friends. And so trying a bunch of little things until you hit that point where people are saying yes really quickly and telling everyone, that's when you've got something really special, kind of like that point 2 that Elizabeth had, I think, the solve a small problem. Find something like just test. Then that's what the speed healing is great for, and you can do lots of other ways. But figure out what people really, really love and will tell people about, and what you're so good at and what you love to do. And then that's kind of all you need. Then the momentum just carries it.
Exactly. You could offer speed healing as the last speaker was saying, we all have lots of modalities we're good at. Offer like 5 different sessions, 5 different branding, and see which one really sparks for people and which one you get good feedback from and which one's most fun for you, because that's going to be your key.
Oh, I love it. I'm so excited to have had you two. You honor us with your presence. It's fun to have look at that.
I know. On our screen. Fun.
I love it.
This is
she always gets it.
It's a new Zoom thing. I don't know why.
Only works for Crystal. She must be a unicorn. Thank you both so much. Thanks, Stephen, for jumping up here with me for this couple interview. We're going to do a longer one later. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Everyone, what do you see in Shine and Crystal? What qualities do you see in this magnetic, influential couple? Put it in the comments down below. And what are you taking away from what they said? Bye, Shine and Crystal. I like what Crystal said. She said, don't wait, just go. Or no, it was Shine that said it. Don't wait, just go. Like, you're just making something imperfect. And they're creating something that they compare it to Facebook, but I wouldn't even do that. It is pure love out there. Shine and Crystal, you are amazing. I'm loving seeing in the comments what everybody got from you. And what you were just saying as well is really cool. They were talking about community, and this leads us to number 5. Everybody, number 5, put it in the comments down below, the number 5, if you're ready for key number 5. It is listen to your community. We didn't plan that, but Shine just said, listen to your community. Key number 5 is listen. Listen to your audience, listen to your clients, listen to your people. Listen more than you talk even. Polls, surveys, even when you're coaching clients, when you're interviewing people, listen to them and find out what it is that they want and that they need, and then give them that. Write this down, everybody. Listen to people, find out what they need, and then give them exactly what they need. That is key number 5 to being magnetic, because it's not just about you going like me. It's about you going, I'm of service to my people, and I'm going to give them what they need by listening to them more. So how many of you know you need to listen more? Put an L in the comments down below. Listen to your community. That's how you really can get deep with your community, is listen to your people. I love this. Who's having a great day so far? Everybody do like a little full body shake with me. Take a deep breath. And remember, when you post one of these with all 12 at the end of the
Okay, she's frozen. I'm not frozen. Can you hear me? All right, you can hear me. We'll figure out that technical difficulty in a moment. So let me just, hang on one second.
Go get my computer unfrozen.
Oh, right. And Elizabeth's coming in right now.
Screen so I can bring Aisha Shapiro up to the screen. Oh, maybe she's not here yet. Aisha, if you're here, put your hand up. Stephen's going to unfreeze my computer. Our next speaker is coming up here in a moment. This is why we have this. Yay, Steve to the rescue, Stephen to the rescue. And it's great that we have this alternate thing. So Aisha Shapiro, our next speaker, if you are here, unmute yourself and let me see you. Otherwise, it's just like a moment for all of you to stand up together. This is a great time. You've been online for 90 minutes. Let's stand up and take a couple of deep breaths. Maybe even reach your hands up overhead. Maybe even roll your shoulders around and just wiggle your booties a little bit. Wiggle your booties a little bit. I don't see our next speaker yet, but maybe she's trying to find the link. So this is perfect timing. My computer froze. My internet happened. This is why whenever you're doing, let's do a little behind the scenes. Whenever you're doing anything that's live online, always have a backup, like another computer running on a different internet signal, all the things. So whenever you need to make happen. I don't see our other speaker yet, our next speaker yet, but this is totally okay because I've got lots of teachings for you. Lots of teachings for you. This is a great time to anchor because it's a lot of information. Tanya, are you in Dubai right now? I just saw that Tanya's here. Hey, really cool. So what has been one of the most important things that you've heard a speaker say today so far? Put it in the comments down below. Look at your notes and go like, what is something I've heard a speaker say that's like, whoa, this is going to make a difference. This is going to move the needle for my business. And maybe it's one of the keys that I've taught you so far because you have the first 5. It might be one of the keys that I've taught you, or it might be something a speaker has said. Put it in the comments right now. We're going to anchor this in, and then I'm going to teach you another key, and we will be ready for our next speaker. Because I don't see our other speaker is not here, so we might be skipping to our next one, which is really perfect. Okay, I'm loving these. Sharon says to be connected with others. This is one big thing that she's gotten out of today. Katrina says abundance is a sense of being. How many of you are also writing some things down that maybe you didn't catch before? Sarah says, when you shine your light, you give others permission to shine as well. So good. Heather says, just decide to do it. Like if you applied what you're learning so far here today, the rest of 2023 is going to be magical, magnificent, and totally different for you. Kimberly says, choose confidence. I liked that one in particular myself as well. And Tanya says authenticity is the highest frequency. It really, truly is. Authenticity is the highest frequency. So what I want to do is teach you key number 6. I don't have my chart paper beside me right now, but are you ready for key number 6? We're just going to bust forward with key number 6. So key number 6, put a 6 in the comments down below if you're ready for key number 6. 12 keys. Remember, when you chart them all and you show me a picture at the end of the day, I'm going to give somebody a prize. Key number 6, and this is related to key number 5, which is about listening. Key number 6 is care. Care about people. Like actually care about the people that you're here to serve. You know, sometimes when we're in business, we can get into like, oh, I got to get my tech fixed, or my ClickFunnels done, or like my email sequence done, or like my marketing up, or my ads, all my affiliates, whatever the things. We get into those things. And then we forget a little bit that there are real people on the other side of the line, on the other side of the computer, on the other side of the desk, however, on the table, however it is that you work. So really care about people and show that you care about those people by hearing them. It's directly related to the listening. Pay attention to your people. You can also show that you care about global issues, like show your community that you care about what's going on the planet. Have any of you done that? Wave your hand at me if you've done that. You're like, yeah, I know that my people have seen me like putting posts out or putting things out about what's happening in the world. Show and what issues are important to you. You can show people you care by really listening to them and then showing that care. Be wholehearted and give to people. Remember earlier when I was like, who wants these to be free? That shows you that I care. That shows you that I want to get these messages and these resources to as many women entrepreneurs as possible, no matter what. So showing that we care. Caring is really important, and being wholehearted, and make giving a part of your business as well. So giving free trainings. How many of you give free trainings? Put free in the comments down below if there are things that you give away for free. But not only that, maybe you host a fundraiser that you can gather money for an organization that you care about. So you can give free, but you can also be generous in your giving, and you can gather people together to give. You can also do one thing that I don't see a lot of holistic entrepreneurs doing because we're all busy, but give your time. Like whatever it is that you do, can you be of service in your community? I used to do this when I was in a 3-year in-depth training program, an advanced energy healing training program. We would go into community centers and into different communities and just give healing treatments to people who were suffering with addictions, to people who were suffering with different conditions, for people, all sorts of different people. We would go in and give free treatments, volunteer. So give your time. I love this. Eileen says, love it. So really good. Okay, perfect, everybody. So that is key number 6, show that you care. And remember, the Empowered Speaker Challenge is coming up in October 30th through November 3rd, where you're going to get the crystal clear action plan to rise up as somebody who really cares and listens to your community and speaks with joy, authenticity, and magnetism. And you're going to learn there how to get booked on stages around the world. We have some people in our community who are doing that right now. So if that sounds like something your heart is calling to, definitely join the Empowered Speaker Challenge. We'll get the link here in just a moment. Steve's going to come back over here because he fixed my computer. Can you all give Steven sparkly fingers for fixing my computer? Okay, he's going to give you the link and talk about the challenge.
All right, link is coming. Just give me a moment here. The challenge is amazing. It's something that builds on itself, right? Like we're here all day, but this is something that you get to do like an hour a day, and then have time to contemplate and think about the first thing was, and have a discovery, and then get to the next day, and it builds on each other. By the time you get to the end of that challenge, you're in a new place. And I'm going to get the link for you. Just one moment here.
Okay, everybody, we are getting ready for our next speaker here in just a moment. So really excited. How many of you are learning something today so far? Put a big yes. It's actually beautiful that we had this momentary pause so that we could get you just a little bit of breath. Because how many of you feel like we're holding a fire hose at your face and just giving you a ton of great information? Just do this with your hands. If you're like, oh my gosh, there's just like nonstop great information. So I'm going to get our recording going here in a moment because is Kirsten Carey in the room? Let's see if Kirsten Carey is in the room. Oh, perfect. I see that I'm the host again. Okay, now I'm going to restart our recording and I'll just call it part 2, record on this computer. Welcome back to part 2 of the Magnetic Influence Intensive. So excited to be here with you today. You have learned so far 6 incredible keys that are helping you to become magnetic and influential in your world. And we just did number 6. Let me just get this pen open. Number 6, which is to care and really show you care by giving your generosity to your community. So here's the first 6. Be real, be you. Solve a micro problem for people. That's what's going to make you magnetic, especially in the online marketing world. Hook people with powerful titles. Ask engaging questions to your audience, even in your emails, to your students and clients. 5, listen to people. Listen with wholeheartedness and show those people you care by listening to them, and show your community you care about global issues by being generous and really bringing yourself forward in maybe fundraisers or giving your time, or just spending time with your people, showing them that you really truly care. So these are the first 6 keys so far. Which of these so far is the one that you need to implement in your business? Actually, put that in the comments down below for me. Which is the one that you need to implement now in your business? Go ahead and put it in the comments down below. I see Heather saying number 2. I like this. Heather's saying number 2. So good. And some other people are saying ask, and we're just seeing if our speakers are here and we are checking in on them. So good. Stephen, I have, oh, good. He's on. I'm just checking into, like, I've got my phone over here with the screen with our speakers who are messaging us. Looks like our last speaker, Aisha, was not well today. And we just, oh no, she woke up with a stomach flu. Let's send her some love. Just put love in the chat. Just put love in the chat. This is no problem because we have lots of amazing speakers. This is really good. Okay. So we are getting ready for our next amazing person to come up. And Stephen, it might be, who knows? It might be you. It might be you. Okay, I'm seeing so many of you are giving love, which is really cool. I like that Susan said solve small problems is hers. Jennifer's is number 3, hooking people. Katrina's is number 2, solving a micro problem. Arlee's is micro problem and confidence. Number 2 is Sarah, solving a micro problem. Beverly's is ask. Kimberly's is hook. Beautiful. Kylie, figuring out my micro problem. This is awesome. Yay, yay, yay. So good. This is awesome. Okay, so when you implement these 6, and I'm going to teach you 6 more the rest of today, and we have some incredible speakers who are coming up for the next half of this day. You're going to love them as well. So we have Kirsten Carey, who we're just finding right now. Stephen Ocean, who you just saw, he's going to be teaching you a workshop about becoming legends in business. And I'm really excited also about Ashana Solaris and Dana Dharma Devi, who are going to be coming. They are the creators of Clarity Breathwork. So they're going to be coming and teaching you about how to thrive and be awake in your business. Ajaya Summers is coming to teach you embodied leadership this afternoon. Chantel Adams is going to teach you magnetic storytelling. Like, who's excited about the rest of today? Just put yes in the comments down below if you are excited about the rest of today. Yes, yes, yes. This is so good. All right. Oh, Stephen, talk to me. Kirsten is here. Wonderful. Okay, I'm really excited. This speaker is a magnificent woman. Let me just scroll over to where I was. Here we go. Kirsten, I'm so glad that you are here. Let's bring her up to the screen. Everybody, can you give some sparkly fingers? Let's spotlight me too. Give some sparkly fingers to our next speaker. Kirsten, I'm so glad that you're here. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm here too.
Let me introduce you to her and everybody. Here we go. So after reversing her own autoimmune conditions, Kirsten Carey has become a leading expert in stopping symptoms and illness and helping women leaders find emotional and physical balance so that they can build and enjoy the lives that they want. So Kirsten is here to teach you about activating your inherent healing for powerful women. Kirsten, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here. This is exciting. This is a great group of women you've got going on here, and men, but
incredible.
fabulous.
And we're streaming out to 5 platforms as well. So this group behind the scenes with us is just amazing. So I'm glad that you're here. Why don't you start by telling everybody about what you're up to in your business and your entrepreneurial journey?
Yes. So, I mean, I started my own business when I was 18. I was still in my college dorm room, and I never looked back. So I'm just not employable or I was really just destined to run my own thing. And I could see other women like, yeah, me too. So, and I've owned several businesses with partners, without partners, on my own, but I got dragged kicking and screaming into the health space because I ended up with celiac disease and then Hashimoto's, and I couldn't find an answer, and conventional medicine was failing me, and actually non-conventional medicine was failing me. I couldn't find answers. So like many of you got into what you do because you were forced into it. I didn't dress up like a nutritionist for Halloween. That wasn't the thing. But I went back to school for nutrition, and then I further have like alphabet soup letters after my name for certifications in trauma healing and kind of that soul work, where when we are not connected to who we truly are and our authenticity, autoimmune especially, but disease just takes hold and symptoms don't leave us. So my job, as I see it, is to really help typically women. And most of our clients are powerful women. They're leaders. They're women who have kind of pushed everything else to the side as far as their own needs. And they've gone and they've been successful and they're awesome, but their body is starting to tell them a different story that they need to be paid attention to. So what I do is I help women find the fractured pieces, find the traumas, find the underlying subconscious paradigm challenges that they're having so that they can activate the inherent healing that we all have. We just don't know how to activate it or access it sometimes. And a lot of women, especially, not that the men don't get this too, but a lot of us still culturally are taught that we need to put ourselves at the end of the list of things that are important. So I know, especially with business owners, it's twofold.
I bet you they can relate to what you're saying with like putting themselves last. How many of you can relate to this? Just put me in the comments down below. Keep going.
Yeah. So with business owners, with women, we end up now putting ourselves behind our clients, behind our employees, behind our team members, behind our spouses, behind our kids, behind everyone else, because we want everyone else to find the answers and the healing. Whatever business we're in, we are in a level of healing. Whether you're in a true healing business or you're doing something, you're helping people. And when we put those people before us, we suffer in a way. And honestly, in the long haul, they suffer too. So I help women to even get past that issue where the idea of putting ourselves first becomes selfish or bad, or, we're trained to believe that if we are not helping everybody else before us, that we are somehow bad. So that alone is its own paradigm that I help women get beyond, and then find the wounded children, find the trauma moments, find the grief and the frustration and the anxiety and the overwhelm. They're all just side effects of belief systems. So hopefully I am not stuck. There we go. Was I stuck there for a minute?
It looked like you might have been.
Okay.
In our journeys, we put everybody else first, and then we get stuck in our own stuff. And that's really what comes up, is that we don't know how to put ourselves first. So what are some tips and teachings that you could have for these entrepreneurs here today?
Well, the first thing is to start to listen to the whispers so you don't need the screams. And by that, I mean, if your body is giving you signals, if you have anxiety, if you are struggling with perimenopause or menopause, if your hormones are not balanced, if you are not sleeping, if your bowels are not moving the way that they should, if you are not drinking enough water, if you are getting signals, there's nothing wrong with you. It's your body's way of speaking that there is an issue. Wow, the internet is just not my friend right this second. It looks like I keep looking like I'm freezing.
Are you all hearing Kirsten? Okay, everybody put yes if you are hearing her. Yeah.
It's this amazing energy. All right, so something's happening. But what I want you all to start listening to is that you have a direct connection to your knowing. And by that, I mean, you know things without having to think about them. You just know. And business owners have this more than anybody else. You just have to trust. But if you are not trusting your own knowing for your own health and your own balance, your body will keep coming at you with something more dramatic. So I'd rather see clients before autoimmune diseases hit. I'd rather see you before the chronic illnesses hit. I'd rather see you before you have to get on replacement hormones, before you're on the medications. However, you can still reverse out of all of that. You can heal from those things, but try to listen to your body when it's whispering and not screaming. And know that all the side effects are just your body trying to communicate. It wants your attention, and it will keep coming to you with another thing and another thing. If you ignore it, it doesn't mean it goes away.
If you ignore it, it doesn't necessarily go away. And how do you see this work specifically relating over to our women entrepreneurs in this group? Like, how can they really apply this today?
Start making this part of your company. This is part of what you need as a business owner. You have the bank account set up, you've got the tax guy in place, you've got your lawyer in place, you've got your pieces in place. As you start looking at this, this is part of your journey and part of your success as a female entrepreneur. It's not the thing you do once you have enough time. It's not the one thing you do when you have enough money, you have enough flow, this is the thing you have to do no matter where you are in your business journey, where you are in your arc, in what's going on, because without the health, without the balance, without this piece, all the other pieces feel a ton harder. You don't get the flow, and I mean cash flow, emotion flow, connection flow. You don't get that energetic connection back to you where you connect with people in a different way. They can feel that you're not balanced. They can feel that energetic connection. So as a business owner, in any other field, business owners especially, is the most important time for you to put yourself first. And frankly, whether you hear me or not, whether you believe it or not, you have control over your destiny. You have control over your schedule. You do not have to answer the phone when the client calls. They can wait until you have the time to speak with them. It was huge. I mean, it was a huge thing for me to set my calendar and allow my clients to come in around the calendar I set. Big deal. And those of you who are struggling with that, that's a wound, that's a trauma experience that can be dissolved and overridden. But you first have to believe that you are worthy enough to set the calendar. And this doesn't make you elitist. This makes you smart. This makes you balanced. This makes you get the life you know you went into business for. Help your clients more. Help them get better results. The healthier I am, the healthier my clients are. And not just because I'm in a health-related business, right? So if you want to see a healthy bank account, if you want to see a healthy labs, if you want to see sleep, if you want to see happiness and joy at a deeper level, a spiritual connection that you just can't explain with words, putting yourself first and putting your calendar into action to work for you is going to change everything for you. Everything.
Powerful words. Put yourself first, put yourself in your calendar. Like this is one thing that I see with women entrepreneurs, and even in my own journey of adrenal burnout, just like we just push ourselves because we think we have to. So what you're saying is breathing like peace into all the minds of these entrepreneurs. We have to.
Yeah.
And I love that you said, just like you have an accountant, just like you have all these people, you need your health on track as well as an entrepreneur. And it's what deeply does make us magnetic. So powerful. What else do you want these incredible entrepreneurs to know about being magnetic?
Yes. So if you want to attract, if you want to be magnetic, if you want to bring the things to your life that you want, whether it be a new client, whether it be a healthier bank account, whether it be a beautiful, intimate relationship, all of those things, you have to start understanding your body and give it time to communicate with you. So if you're the kind of person who tries to meditate and you feel very annoyed the whole time when you're meditating because you have other things to do, that's a trauma signal, right? That is your body saying, lady, slow it down. If you're starting to see symptoms, especially things like anxiety, sleeplessness, especially if you're in that 40 to 55 year range, perimenopause is no joke, guys. And if you do not have a handle on that coming into it, it will feel like a train wreck situation, because you're not prepared for it. Adrenal function is incredibly important to the balance of your hormones, and adrenals are what's taking care of half your hormone production prior to menopause, all of your sex hormone production after menopause. It's responsible for how your body handles stress, how your body handles something it considers dangerous. So if you a long time ago triggered into the idea that if I don't take care of everyone else and I don't stay busy all the time, then I'm in danger. You could be in a constant state of what your body perceives as danger, which it's not. So what you got away with in your 20s and 30s starts to become harder at 40 and 50 and 60, not because we're older, but because so much time has started to build on the idea that your body is in trouble, it's in danger, it's perceived danger. So learning how to balance, learning how to breathe, learning how to understand the messages from the system. Anxiety isn't just part of who you are. It's a side effect. Depression or feeling like you're lost or you're not worthy, not part of who you are. It's a side effect. Any autoimmune condition, anything you're taking medication for right now, they're all just side effects of a message that you're either missing, you're pretending like you can't see it, or you are not in tune right now. And every one of you has the opportunity to be in tune. Every one of you is more empathic. Otherwise, you wouldn't have started as a business owner, because it's crazy. But oh, she's like, stop yelling at me. No, I feel shame. And actually, so Lady Michelle, I'm actually really glad that you brought that up, because shame is a very hard trigger that a lot of people go into that started before you were 7 years old. It's a message that is false, right? But it is hardwired to protect and hide things. So if you're not stepping up authentically, you'll start having thyroid issues. You're not speaking your truth. You're going to struggle around it, right? So if you guys are feeling shame, if you don't know how to connect with self-love, if you're not feeling worthy, they're all been integrated from you probably before you were 8 years old. That can be dissolved. That can be undone. That can be, and I don't want to say fixed because none of you are broken, but that can be identified, surfaced, and eradicated. All of those things, all those traumas settle into your cells and tissues. We need to move those through. So if you're feeling emotional, it's affecting you physically. If you're feeling something physically, it's affecting you mentally. They all work together. There's no one way to do it. You just need to work with yourself as a whole person. Yes, and shame is one of the lowest frequencies, but it's one of the ones that inherently keeps you from talking about it or seeking
You're
help.
amazing. Like what you're speaking to is like, can you all see why I brought Kirsten on today? Because as entrepreneurs, it's easy to go, oh, the marketing and all these pieces. And I was like, I know that we need to talk about this thing, like our bodies. We don't have businesses if we don't have our bodies. So Kirsten, thank you so much for bringing these pieces in for us. How many of you are going to start treating your body a little bit differently based on what you've just heard, like a snippet of what Kirsten said? Just wave your hand or put yes in the comments down below. It's such deep and important reminders. You have something for our audience to find you after this. What do we got?
I have something that they can bypass an entire payment thing and get something for $0.
Ooh, I love it.
Other people are paying for. So if they just want to go to nourish123.com/ocean, I wonder where I got that from, /ocean, all you have to do is remember Elizabeth's name. Just remember Ocean. It'll bypass an entire system and bring you into actually a breathwork event that we're doing on the 28th, full moon, ladies. It's a very important time for us. But nourish123.com/ocean, and you will get a free pass into a session, a journey. It's about an hour and a half long that will help you dissolve overwhelm and grief, which a lot of people don't realize how much grief they hold on to, and transmute it over into peace and joy and balance.
Kirsten, thank you so much for that valuable gift. What's a final word of wisdom you want to leave these amazing entrepreneurs off with today?
Listen and trust your knowing.
Listen and trust your knowing. I'm writing it down because all these things, I'm writing it down in my own notepad. Kirsten, thank you so much. And everyone,
thank you.
What do you see in this incredible leader? What are the qualities that you see? And what's an action that you all want to take? Put it in the comments down below. Kirsten, thank you again so much. Everybody, let's give her a round of applause.
Have a good rest of this session. I know some of the other women coming on, and I know how amazing they are. So have fun with the rest of this.
Thanks, Kirsten. So excited. Like I know, like, look at what's in the comments. She's so centered and very centered. And we need that as women entrepreneurs. And I love what Kirsten was saying too. Like most women entrepreneurs that I work with, we are like 45 plus, at least 40 plus. How many of you are in that category? Just write 40 plus or 45 plus in the comments down below. And our bodies work different. And we need women like Kirsten in our lives to help us like get as centered as she is and keep our bodies really like on. I love some of you are writing 45 plus and 45 plus and 50 plus. Like that's the world that we're in right now. And we need each other for this. Okay. So good. I'm glad that our internet is cooperating. I'm glad that it's cooperating and we're loving it. So here we are. We're at number 6. Number 6 was care. So be real, solve a micro problem, hook, ask engaging questions, listen, care. I'm going to add here, care about your own body, inspired by Kirsten Carey. Thank you so much. Care about your own self and your own body. You ready for key number 7? Put a 7 in the comments down below if you're ready for key number 7. This is how to be magnetic in your business. And we can really take from all the speakers that you've heard today, what have they given you that's really made a difference? They've given you, give is number 7, but they've given you tangible, down to earth, actionable tools. They've told you like something you can actually do with your own body, your own soul, your own business, your own marketing, your own brand. I'm right there with you, Kirsten. They've told you the things that are actionable. And things that are going to make a difference to the lives of your clients. Give. And like what we're doing here with our live stream, or like what we're doing in a couple of weeks with our challenge, the Empowered Speaker Challenge, or we have monthly live streams. Like, we give to our community. And that's going to make a noticeable difference in the lives of your clients and your community, your audience, your fans, your followers, is when you actually show up with generosity and you give. And that is what makes people come back for more and more, again and again. People are coming back when you give and give and give. So write the word give in the comments down below if you know you need to just build giving in more. And it's incredible how magnetic giving is. Like, we're giving away a $500 VIP coaching package at the end of this session for one of you who does all the 12. We're giving, and that pulls people in. Shine earlier talked about like just being magnetic instead of pushing, and it's like pulling people in by giving and being generous. Kirsten, thanks so much. She said, this lady knows what she's talking about. I love it. So give. This is number 7. I have more tips for you. We're going to go all the way to number 12 today. And I've got some more speakers for you as well. Now, the next speaker that I have coming up, Stephen Ocean. Stephen, where do you want to be? Do you want to be in your zone or my zone? He's going to be in his zone. Perfect. My heart is going to burst because, Stephen, bring yourself up on camera with me. This man, we met 14 years ago, 15 years, 14. Isn't it cute that he's the one who tells me? I think it's 14. And I was like a crazy entrepreneur who was running a yoga studio and a wellness center. I was starting an events company. I was a healing practitioner working as a nutritionist in a health food store. That's where he scoped me out and found me. I was doing a whole bunch of things at once. And I was like, you should come to my yoga fundraiser. And that's how it started. He was looking for goji berries. And little by little, I was like, ooh, can you help me set this event up? And I'm running a large scale conference. Can you help me set that up? And then, I'm publishing a magazine, because I'm kind of like, I'll just do whatever, because I'm like multi-passionate. Can you help me do that? And slowly, I brought him on board, and he was already an incredible entrepreneur and leader and coach. But I brought him on board as an entrepreneur, and he's never looked back. And little by little, I was like, help me with this thing. And then he helped me with that thing. And then little by little, more and more, he came into this world of spiritual, holistic wellness, healing, and he's been in it on his own for a long time as well. And about 5 years ago, we said, because he would help me a bit, but he was doing his own businesses. About 5 years ago, we said, let's focus all in on this one business together, the Women's Holistic Business Academy, where we're training women leaders and speakers to rise, to find their voices, to be incredible magnetic leaders and speakers, and have programs and courses that bring abundance into their world. We're doing it together. Sometimes like Shining Crystal, sometimes we're like bumping up against each other, because he's laughing, because we're both powerful leaders. But sometimes, like somebody else here said as well, I think it was Crystal, sometimes Stephen is mopping me up off the floor when I've given all that I could. And then I'm like, was it enough? Like, am I okay? Do you think that they liked it? And he's like, babe, it was amazing. And he keeps me on track. He keeps me moving forward. And he keeps the women in our programs aligned and moving forward too. Like, he is one of the best coaches I have ever seen. And the women in our programs adore his magnificence in marketing, in funnels, and in the deep inner work that it takes to actually be a leader. So that is my tiny, like, little bit of an introduction to Stephen Ocean. Brittany says, I mean, so let me just tell you the actual like facts about this guy, because you're going to want to know some facts too. But Stephen, before I tell them about that, just welcome and thank you for being here. I'm so happy to have you.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. It's one of those things where it's like, I didn't see my life going in this direction, but I'm glad it did, because all of the things I was doing before were very self-driven, and the things I'm doing now are they're still self-driven, but they're very much about healing and helping and moving people into their highest potential, because I can see my superpower is I can see your highest potential and hold it for you. That's what I can do. I can see it. I know how to get you there. And it's just a matter of coaching you in it. So it's such a pleasure to be in this.
It's so true. Okay, let me do your proper intro as well. I just poured out from my heart, but let me do your proper intro too. So Stephen Ocean is a serial entrepreneur, creator of Becoming Legends, and he's the president of Women's Holistic Business Academy. He's got a total passion in his heart for business and a dedication to empowering women in holistic industries. Stephen has built a successful career as a business owner and mentor. And alongside his amazing wife, he's created a thriving business community and is dedicated to helping others achieve their goals. And Stephen, you're so good at it. So with his entrepreneurial spirit and commitment to his community, he is a true leader in the business world. And now I'm about to pass the floor over to Stephen Ocean because he has a powerful workshop for you called Becoming Legends in Business. So can we give sparkly fingers, pass the floor over to Stephen for the next 15 minutes, and he is going to give you the most powerful workshop of the day. Thanks so much, Stephen.
So good. So good. I'm putting this on the view so I can see all your faces. All right. So show of hands. Who would like to have a business that works for you instead of you working for it? Anybody? Yeah. And it's about time we have that. So that's what we're going to get into today. And how do we have this? How do we make this happen? But before I get into it, I'll tell you a little bit about myself. So my name's Stephen Ocean. I've been for the last 20 years, I've been studying self-growth, personal development, over 15 years of highly trained marketing and online business skills, president of Women's Holistic Business Academy, and I run a new company that I have for men called Becoming Legends. And I've created millions of dollars of income for clients and different businesses I've been in. Brands like Total Fitness Formula and Play Golf Advantage, and Free Body Method, and just helping coach hundreds and hundreds of clients over thousands of hours to see the patterns and the things that play out for everybody. They're universal. You're all going through some version of the same thing, right? So what I do is I help middle-aged entrepreneurs re-engage in life to find their passion, their purpose, power to increase profits in business. And it's like get more sales, have more money, have more fun. Anybody want to have more fun in their business? I mean, if we're going to work for ourselves, shouldn't we be having fun doing it? Right? So right now I work 4 days a week, 4 hours a day. We take 3-day weekends, full week off at the end of every month. We've scheduled that in. That's planned in. By the way, Kirsten, shout out. My wife's going to be contacting you. She's hiring you. All you women should be hiring her. And just like it's getting better all the time, and we're getting more efficient. We're learning how to do this stuff better and better all the time. And really, like Elizabeth said, it didn't start that way. Like I was not an entrepreneur that I knew of. I grew up in a small mill town in the central British Columbia in Canada. And I'm just going to get a drink here. My dad works at the mill. My uncles work at the mills and mines. My cousins, the people I grew up with, friends, everyone still works there. So it was not even a question if I was going to go into business or not. I was going to be a mill worker. That's where everyone went. So I grew up, and when I graduated, I found myself at the mill, of course, and then later on in life doing some other version of construction industry-based jobs. And they sucked. My body was falling apart. I always had sinus infections from the dust. There's always some kind of chemical or something going on, or grease and sawdust and being exposed to all this stuff. And the worst part about it was I was making what was considered to be really good money, but I never had any money. I was spending it sometimes faster than I was making it, which a lot of people do who work these kind of jobs. I hated my life. I remember working this one night. It was like 11:30 to 7:30 in the morning, 11:30 p.m. to 7:30 in the morning, night shift, winter time, -40 outside. And I'm put on this job that is literally taking stumps of trees that are too big to go through the mill and putting it on a different conveyor belt by hand so they can go be chips, and doing that for 8 hours. And I was just doing this job outside, and it was like, it was hell. Like, to me, that was prison. It's like, I did my time in prison. It was there. It was the worst thing I've ever done in my life. And I was like, how in the fuck did I end up in this place? Right? I'm supposed to be living my dreams and like pursuing my passions and helping the planet and protecting, helping people's lives out and living a good life. And I wasn't doing any of it. And And I could, in that moment, I remember sitting there being like, I saw, like it was a flash. I saw what my entire life was going to be like if I did not get out of that place. And I didn't know what to do. And I just felt hopeless. And it felt like I'm here and I'm stuck here. So I just kept doing this job and I kept putting these stumps on this conveyor belt. And what happened inside of me was I started to get this anger come up. And as this anger came up, I started throwing these things harder and harder. And my anger then turned into rage. A kind of rage that I've never experienced since. A kind of rage that just boiled up. And these things are 50, 100 to 100-pound stumps. And I was chucking them like they were nothing, over and over and over again, until I had nothing left and I just collapsed down on my knees and I just started bawling. And I just knew at that moment, like, I need to get out of this place. I don't want to be stuck here like everyone else. So I cried and I cried and I cried till I had nothing left. And then I took a deep breath. When it all went out, and in that deep breath, I made a decision. And that decision was to leave that place. It was to leave the soul-sucking job, leave the soul-sucking town, leave everything familiar that I had known at that time and start something brand new. So I left and I went to university. I started businesses. I received training from world top coaches. And the most important thing I learned, and the most important thing that I can give you in this entire thing today, is you do not have to work something that you hate in order to earn money, right? And you may have not worked at the mill, you may have not worked in some industry thing, which a lot of men have, some women have too, but has anyone ever experienced working in a job that they absolutely hate? Yeah, most people have. You're not alone. Get this, 85% of people in North America, I'd imagine it's probably the same around the world, hate their jobs, hate what they're doing. 85% of people. And with it, you know what else happens? Divorce rates increase because people hate their lives and what's going on. Suicide rates increase. Drug uses increase. Gambling increases. Do you know in North America alone, it's estimated that $250 billion a year is spent on online gambling and sports betting, a lot of it by men, some of it by women, to sedate and check out from miserable jobs and things that are going on. Right? People are feeling stuck. They don't know how to move forward. They don't know how to get the boost they need to move into another level. And that's why my stand is that no entrepreneur wanting to help and change people's lives should ever have to work a soul-sucking job and not also have the coaching skills and the mentorship they need to actually move forward in what they want to do, in your passion, in the thing that you want to do. Because out of every modality that we do, business comes with it. They don't tell you this in the fine print. You want to be a holistic healer? Business comes out of that also. We got to learn the business side. So we're going to get into the business side a bit today of how to build a legendary business. And I was thinking about this morning in my own life while I was walking, and I had some points down, but they weren't complete because there was something that I was feeling it was missing. And I was walking this morning and had this feeling, even for myself. I was like, there are areas in my life that are not working. Right? We all have areas in our life where they're not working. And if life is designed for our highest healing, which it is, and these areas are not working, then there must be a healing in the area that needs to happen in order for me to move forward from it. So the first piece for everybody in this is we got to stop lying about where we're at, the illusion of where we're at, and tell the actual truth, the real truth of what's going on. Right? So when I stopped and I looked at it and I felt, I couldn't really put a finger on what it was, but what I could put a finger on was I felt out of integrity. I didn't feel out of integrity with myself. I felt out of integrity with the vision and the future that I want. The things I'm doing weren't going to get me to where I want to go. They wouldn't get me to the body I want. They wouldn't get me to the relationship I want. They wouldn't get me to the spirituality I want. They wouldn't get me to the business I want. So my integrity, I was out of integrity, but I was out of integrity with the vision that I have, that I'm being pulled and called to. So one of the pieces is we got to stop telling the truth and then realize, like, where do I want to go? And is my life in integrity with that vision? Am I doing the things that are required for me to get there? And we'll know, it's a feeling, right? So that was one of the first things that came up was, oh, I'm out of integrity. I got to get that in check. I got to see where I want to go, which is the second piece of this. I need to be integrity. Stop lying, tell the truth of where I am. And then the next piece is I need to establish where I want to go, right? I got to create a vision. Where do I want to go? What do I want? What do you want? And most people have no idea what they want. This is one of the toughest things for people. Where do you want? So write these three things down. What do you want for the planet and the world? What do you want for the people you were called to serve, right? And oftentimes these ones are really easy for people. These are really easy for healers. But the third one, and this is the piece that puts it all together. What do you want for you? What's the tangible stuff you want for you? And sometimes it's hard to say, I want, for me, I'm like, well, I want a Mercedes G-Wagon. I don't know why. I just want one of those. I want to fly private. I want a luxury, beautiful home on 500 acres. We can build a community around it and put bison on the land also. Why? I don't know. I want bison. Like I want them back on the land. They were all taken out. I want them back. Right? And these are just my things. I want to take my wife on vacations and magical holidays and places, and the list goes on. But oftentimes we don't want to claim those things. But those things are the energy to go through the entrepreneurial journey that's ahead. Because it's not easy, it's hard, and what's going to pull us forward? It's got to be bigger and better than the stuff we're going to go through, or we'll quit every single time. So what's the vision? Right? So planet and world, the people you're called to serve, and then yourself. What do you want? So, and then after we know what we want, then we go, okay, I know what I want, but how do I get there? Well, now we got to break it down into goals and targets. How many people have goals and targets for this year? You know where you're going, and you have the ability to work back and reverse engineer those goals with actions that you're going to take, right? Oftentimes we don't have a goal and a target for these things. So we got to have a goal and target, right? And here's the goals and targets. They need to be specific. They need to be measurable. They need to be achievable, and they need to be time bound. Meaning specific. I'm going to create a 6-month online program. Measurable. I'm going to put 20 people in it at $497 a month. Achievable. I already have a 500-person list, so I know those people are on there based on what I know about the business. Time bound. I'm going to do it in 3 months from now. Now I have a roadmap of how I'm going to move. Right? I know what I'm going for. They're specific. So in 3 months, I'm going to launch a 6-month business with, whatever you're going to do, enroll 20 people at this amount of money, leveraging my existing audience. That's, the piece for it. And then what comes into small daily actions, breaking those down into small daily actions that I can go. So this is it. This is how you create a legendary business. It's really, am I integrity? Where do I want to go? Like, what's the vision? Can I break it down? And then can I break that down even more to what are the actions I need to take today that are going to move me there? Because people take a lot of actions. I got my social posts, I got my thing over here, but are they actions that are actually going to move you where do you want to go? And we know most people aren't doing it because most entrepreneurs don't reach where they want to go. But the ones that do, it's very predictable, and it's the same thing every single time. It's the thing I'm giving you here. They have all of these steps into place, and they know what actions they're taking every single day based on their targets, the vision, and being in integrity with where they want to go. And then the last piece is offer your stuff all the time. Invite, offer, and actually sell your stuff all the time. Most people aren't doing it. They go, oh, I want clients and all these. And I go, well, are you inviting people to what you have? Well, no, I don't want to seem like salesy. I don't really want to be pushy. It's like, to actually get clients and to actually have a business that's sustainable, you have to sell. You're in business, you got to sell, right? when you work another job for somebody else, someone else is doing the selling, but there's always selling involved in it. And you're running business for yourself, you got to sell. So get comfortable with selling. And the last piece I'll leave you with is always get coaching. I don't care who it is, get coaching. And I'm going to scroll to this because someone mentioned it earlier. Don't wait until conditions are perfect to begin. Beginning makes the conditions perfect. Beginning makes the conditions perfect. Just do it now, do it now, do it now. Action, speed, and that's how we build a business that moves, that transforms, that grows into a movement, and that really changes people's lives. And on your end of it, it will fill your bank account and your family and your visions and your dreams. And that whole picture is holistic now. As healers, the picture is only holistic when we can help people and we're taken care of. So don't wait. Beginning makes conditions perfect.
Okay, amazing. This is so cool. What you just said, I'm busy scribbling it down because I live with this guy and he still says things that really move me. So don't wait until conditions are perfect to begin. Beginning makes the conditions perfect. So powerful, so incredible. What did you all learn so far from this incredible man? Put it in the comments down below. And I want to ask, like, just a little bit behind the scenes. Like, you're doing work with men, and so many of the women in our world have husbands who need your work, like who need to, like, they're like, let me send you my guy so that he can learn what it's like to actually support a crazy unicorn entrepreneur. How many women are like that? Like, you have somebody in your life who's like needs a little support in supporting you. Put yes in the comments down below. Put yes in the comments if you're like, I got somebody in my life who just, they could understand me better even if they had support, which is really cool. Or maybe they've got something in their own life and you just want your man to be supported. So Stephen has a gift. I think is it just for the men?
Let me have a look here. I forget what I put down.
Oh yeah, no, we're inviting people to the Empowered Speaker Challenge. But if any of I'm saying this, Stephen wasn't planning on doing this, but if any of you have a guy that you'd like to send to Stephen, how many of you have that? Put yes in the comments. If you have a guy that you'd like to send to Stephen, maybe we'll get him to put that gift in the comments down below. We weren't planning on it because this Magnetic Influence Intensive is for women.
Yeah, get your men to sign up to this one here.
There we go. That is for your guys. So don't sign yourself up for it because it's not for you. Just like sign your man up for it. If you have a man, especially men in business or especially men supporting women in business, he needs this. He needs this work with Stephen. So you can get them to sign up. And just a little behind the scenes, Stephen, like, what's it like for you to be like aligning, supporting a wild woman entrepreneur?
Yeah, it's fun, exhilarating, and super challenging sometimes because as men, we want to fix things a lot, but sometimes, for Elizabeth, and I imagine for a lot of ladies, because I've coached them also, is speaking and talking something out is how the solution comes about. But my mind can come up with the answer right away. So to be able to be like, oh, I'm not fixing here, I'm actually listening here, and going through that process, it's been difficult, but it's really helped me open up my heart more to be able to feel more, which has allowed me to actually start helping men more because I can see and feel the pain and suffering they have because I'm able to feel my own now. And that's totally the result of working with women.
And I've seen that shift in you over the past few years. Like you've just like landed in a heart-centered and powerful space. So thank you for being you and doing what you're doing. And everybody's writing in the comments, like Christine says, Stephen, please help more men to help women. It's a special power.
Yeah.
It really, truly is. Like, that's his special power. That's his, where is it? I'm going to go back here. That really, I think, Stephen, should be your micro problem, is like helping men who help women. Because it's a different world and it's a different energetic dynamic.
It's totally different.
When men and women work together, and especially when women are like the leaders.
Yeah, we are entirely different creatures. I think oftentimes this, the world likes to say that people are people, but the reality is that men and women are astronomically different creatures. And if we know that, if we keep that separation there, it actually makes it easier for me to understand what's happening over here, because I don't expect her to be like me, and she doesn't expect me to be like her. And we can actually see each other as we are. And how I see the world can really help her, and how she sees the world can really help me. And that's the perfect balance between the two that is needed. And that gap actually really needs to stay in this world, because that's how we be of service to each other.
And whether your partner's an entrepreneur or not, everyone, whether they're in business or with you or not, like these tools can really help you. So that, like, thank you so much for giving that gift to the men in this world. It's really powerful. So ladies, make sure that you click that Stephen's link and just copy it out and give it to a couple dudes in your world, a couple men who need it. And we're really excited, Stephen and I, because we are leading the Empowered Speaker Challenge coming up in 2 weeks. And there's something that's really powerful here. Like you just heard Stephen give a workshop. What qualities do you see in him that you want to embody in your own life and business? Put those qualities below, because there's something powerful here. The most respected and popular people with successful businesses are doing exactly what we're doing here. They're sharing their messages with audiences using the power of speaking, using the power of sharing their soul story, sharing their wisdom, sharing their teachings, giving generously, and they're doing it. How do you all get past where you are now? How do you advance more? How do you start, for those of you who are starting and those of you who are pros? How do you get further? How do you get booked on bigger stages? How do you get to speak on your own platform? How do you create your own platform to speak upon? That's what we're teaching you in the Empowered Speaker Challenge. And that's coming up. And that's coming up in just over a week and a half, 2 weeks. October 30th, it begins the 5-day Empowered Speaker Challenge for women just like you all. So we're going to stick the link in the comments to that as well. Make sure that you sign up for it. And Stephen, anything else you would add for these women thinking about joining the Empowered Speaker Challenge with us? It's free, by the way.
Yeah, it's free.
It's free right now. It's crazy free.
Amazing. You're definitely going to be there. And I think the biggest thing in general is we don't have to try to be somebody else. We really have to actually try to be ourselves. In the world we're in today that pulls us in all these directions, it feels weird to say, but you have to actually try to be yourself, your authentic self. And that's all like we're really touching on here, is how do I let what's naturally in me when I talk come out in strategic ways to work with people and get them to come in and build a business around it. And the more you can just let your heart come through, it's not about what you're saying, it's that you're saying it.
Yeah.
That's your difference. That's your unique gift. That's the thing that gives you magnetic quality to pull the people who want to follow you in.
Thank you so much for bringing your wisdom to these ladies and for supporting me when I need it, and for supporting all the women in our container. Like he's basically like wrangling and supporting like powerful lionesses running around together. And it's like, it's no small task. So thank you for doing what you do. It's really powerful. And I'm excited to do the Empowered Speaker Challenge with you soon. Thank you for bringing your power forward. Everyone is loving what you brought here to us today. So incredible. Let's get you all our next key, and let's get our next speakers ready. Give Stephen a little round of sparkly fingers, pull him down off the screen, and then we'll find our next speakers while I teach you the next key. So you've got 7 keys so far. Remember, you've got all 12 keys at the end of today. I'm going to be giving you one of you a $500 coaching and training package. So here we go. Number 8. Are you ready for number 8? And this is really powerful. This is what Stephen was just talking about, and I didn't plan it this way. So this is really cool. If you're trying to be everything to everyone, it will be hard. If you're trying to be everything to everyone, you could even say you'll be nothing to no one. Go all in on one thing, the one thing that you do, and become an expert at that one thing. For example, if you teach business, don't be good at all the things in business. Teach one aspect. If you teach health and wellness, pick one aspect. It's kind of related to what we were talking about. Solve a micro problem, number 2. But this one is a little bit different. It is called, let me get my little pen open here. This one is called Stay in Your Lane. So write that down. How many of you are staying in your lane? Stay in your lane. It means do what you do and go all in on that thing. Be specific about it. Become the smartest person in your field. Like, go all in on it, dive deep, do research. And when you do that, when you stay in your lane, you can own your lane. Like write that down as well, everyone. Stay in your lane. I know, Kasha, some of you are saying you have trouble with this one a little bit, like staying in your lane, but it's what will make you more magnetic. Because if you're really spread out, it's hard to shine your light. I think of it like this. This is one of my favorite little drawings, and some of you have seen me do this before. But if you have a prism, you see where I'm going with this, and you have like dispersed light, like just light in this room, and you shine it through that prism, what happens? Nothing. What kind of light is needed to make magic happen on the other side of the prism? Put it in the comments. What kind of light is needed here to make the goodness come through on the other side of the prism? Exactly, Sarah. Focused light. So not dispersed light, focused light. And what happens when you focus your light on the other side of this incredible prism? And if anybody can tell me what I'm also drawing at the same time, then you win a prize. You win a prize if you tell me what I'm also drawing. What comes out on the other side, you've seen this, right? Rainbows. So rainbows come out on the other side. This is what it means, like focus your light, stay in your lane. And then when you're working with people on the other side is where you can share all your wisdom, all of your incredible gifts, all the healing tools. You have an incredible toolbox of healing tools. If you can name the album cover that this picture was also focused on, prizes. Okay, all your healing tools can happen when you focus your light, but it requires that you focus your light. Does that land? Put your thumbs up for me if you're like, oh, okay, that's landing for me. That's making sense to me. I really like that. Yeah, you got it, Sarah. But this is a science thing as well as a Pink Floyd album. Focus your light. So that's what this is all about. Stay in your lane. And that's when you focus your light. And that's also when, like some of our speakers have been saying, you're not going to be spreading out and trying to push and struggle. Instead, when you focus, your work days get shorter and your expansiveness into your life gets bigger, which is really, really powerful. So this is important to know. When you focus your light, you can then go forward in that way. Does that make sense? How many of you are going to stay in your lane even more? Just type the word stay in the comments down below. Put stay in the comments down below if you're going to try to stay in your lane even more. And Stephen, are our next speakers with us yet? Let me know. I'm seeing lots of you write stay, stay, stay. This is really, really cool. So I couldn't hear you, but so far we've got 8 incredible keys that we're learning so far. Stephen, speak a little louder. He's just telling me about our speakers. Okay, we have Ashana Solaris and Dana Dharma Devi who are going to be coming up here in a moment. If you are here, raise your hands so that we can find you, but they might not be here yet. And I'm going to go through these. Number 1, these are all about being magnetic. And what does being magnetic actually give you? More clients, more impact, and more income. If you want those 3 things, just like say yes in the comments down below. If you want clients, but not just clients, you also want income, the money that comes in, but you also want to have impact and make a difference in the world. So being magnetic really does that. Put yes in the comments down below if that is what you want. So these 8 are going to really, really help you. So this is really powerful. These 8 are really going to help you. So we've got 4 more coming to you in the rest of this afternoon, and we've got some more speakers coming up. Magnetic Influence Intensive. Are you all learning stuff? Are you all learning amazing things so far? Put me in the comments down below if you've learned something that's moved you forward, that's aligned your heart and soul, that has given you the inspiration to let's make 2023, the end of 2023, let's make it incredible. Let's make a change. Let's make a difference. The women that I'm about to bring up are absolutely incredible. I think one of them is already here, so we can get started by bringing Dana Dharma Devi up to the stage.
Hi, sweetheart.
Let me get you so I can hear you. Try saying hi again.
Hi.
Dana,
Yay.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited and honored and thrilled to have you. I adore you. This is going to be an incredible moment with you.
Thank you. And if I can add that you're one of the most magnetic, loving, kind women that I know, and you inspired me. I know we're fellow Canadians, and when I first heard your voice and your presence and your essence, I was so inspired to deliver and to be present. So I'm so glad to be here, and so happy for all these people that are listening to you and what your message is.
Thank you
And
so much for saying that. It just warms my heart, and I'm beaming because you're here. So this is going to be incredible. Is Ashana here with us yet?
I don't know if she's here yet, but
But she's coming.
She's definitely coming. Yeah.
Coming.
Yeah.
Do you want to get started?
She's here.
She's here.
I knew she was
Hi,
here. Let's bring her.
everybody. Hi,
There she is.
Elizabeth.
We just needed you to speak. These two women, Ashana, thank you so much for being here. Like, you're just blessing our group today. Yeah, thank you.
Glad
So
to be
let me tell you a little bit about these magnificent creators of clarity breathwork. Like, these women are creating a movement on the planet today. How many of you have done breath work, are interested in breath work? Just type the word breath in the comments down below. Maybe you're a breath worker yourself already. Maybe you're just like, oh, I need to breathe. Take a deep breath together, because they're going to be leading you in women thriving and breathing the world awake. Ooh, I'm seeing some breath happen in the comments. So let me tell you about these beautiful women. Ashana Solaris, who you're seeing here on the screen, and Dana Dharma Devi bring over 7 decades of experience and are the founders of Clarity Breathwork, a compassionate approach to healing through breath. Their gifts touch and awaken students worldwide. And it's true, like, you are doing incredible work on the planet. So thank you both for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Why don't you start by, it's one thing for me to say who you are, but it's another for them to hear it from you. Tell us about your business and what you've got going on right now.
Well, we're in the middle of we just began our certification program. So it's been a really powerful time. We had Breathe the World Awake, where we taught people skills to activate their 7 energy centers and to really step into our roles as transformational facilitators at this time, because as I'm sure everybody's feeling it, we are so needed right now. And tools that can help us to go beyond trauma and fear and stuckness are so needed. So we're just about to begin our level 2 tomorrow to take people on a deep healing dive through the power of the breath and all the sacred tools that we bring together.
I would just add that the what's happening in the world is really influencing our business, that so many are in need and so many are coming, and the transformation is so strong and deeply, deeply healing. So we are in awe of what we are witnessing in the levels that we've already done, and what people are reporting is remarkable.
Yeah.
It's taken a quantum leap, with the need right now. It's like a quantum leap for all of us facilitators to step into our greater power right now. So the timing is incredible.
Yeah, the timing is truly incredible. And like, we're in a group right now, and we're streaming to a bunch of platforms as well, where women leaders are tuning in, and they're like, their hearts are hurting, but they know their work is needed, and they've been going through some challenging times. So thanks for speaking to that. And I also like to ask everybody who's on the stream today, what are challenges maybe currently, or things that you've walked through that have taught you about how to be an entrepreneur?
Is that a question for us?
That's for you.
Oh, that's for us.
For
You go
you.
ahead, Dana.
Yeah.
Well, that was for the chat.
For me personally, I've been in some major accidents in my life, 3 major accidents, and one in 2011 where I fell off 17 cement stairs. I was at a church on an Easter Sunday, and I had to surrender. I had to use my breath because I could feel the fall. It was obviously happening. I could feel the bone out of my arm, partly, and out of my wrist. And I knew I was in trouble, and I knew I had the breath. And the breath guided me and led me through the whole journey. When I was told I would be I would be disabled. I would never ever be able to play again. So with that, the medicine of breath, I was already a teacher for many years, but that medicine of knowing that I had breath, that I could get through all the surgeries and all those things, it taught me how I can help other people through their traumas. It carried me through into my own personal journey. And so I had to live it and embody it and carry on.
Thanks for sharing that. I appreciate
Thank you, Dana.
Yeah.
She didn't actually share that she had a profound miracle, because she was told she would never play again.
And by play,
And-
everyone, if you don't know, Dana plays instruments.
which that will happen
That will happen.
today in our demo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to take a deep breath with all of you, because I just got off the phone with a dear friend who's from Israel, and she's one of our beloved students, and she's a teacher, and she's so, kind of debilitated by what's going on right now. And she has so much fear about speaking up or being visible. And actually in her country, in South Africa, they've told the Jewish people they're not to be visible right now because it's not safe. And to me, that's the biggest challenge that I've had, is it's safe to come out and be seen. I see some of you nodding your heads. It's like, will I be safe if I become more visible? And if I bring through my gifts, which are mine are more spiritual, I'm a channel of healing energy and light, will I be safe and supported? And also navigating the traumas that I went through, because most of us as facilitators earn the right to be a facilitator through our own difficult journeys. So some of us have maybe had even more trauma than, say, other members of our family or our community, because by going through those difficult traumas, it's where we learned to call in the light. It's where we learned to become a healer and a facilitator and an empath. So I've had to do extra work to bring light to my traumas, to alchemize them into the gold of my gifts. And I've had to do a lot of work to declare my safety and to go beyond my fear of persecution. Just in this lifetime, from criticism and teasing and bullying in schools that we went through, let alone ancestral memories that we have in the cells of our bodies, or what happened to women healers during the Inquisition. We have to face those fears and breathe into them in order to feel safe enough to come out and become visible and be seen, and to create safety for ourselves. And I find that all the work Dana and I have done over these 30 years have been a womb of safety for me to be able to step into my greater purpose of light. Thank you for those hands, Bae.
Oh, so beautiful. Like turning the trauma into the gold of your gifts. And I find that in our communities as well. Like women, they want to shine and they want to come out and they think, oh, I just don't know the tech, but there's something deeper going on. That
yes.
There's that feeling of, am I safe to lead? Am I safe to have my voice heard? And you just spoke so beautifully to it. So thank you for that.
Thank you for naming that, because there is a relationship with glitches and technology and our fear of coming out and being seen. And what Dana and I do, I mean, we do a lot of mantras in our work. So we always pray to Ganesh, the remover of obstacles, because in the beginning, when we came out online, there were so many glitches trying to stop us. And we just start laughing at them and go, good try, but we're not going to let you get us. And we'd say a prayer and suddenly the glitch would dissolve and we'd be moving forward again. So all those thoughts that are trying to stop you, say good try and keep going.
I love that. Good try.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing.
Just carry on. So you have a transmission you want to bring to our audience today as well. How do we want that to work? How much time do you need? Yeah, sure. You're going to share some music and some breath with us?
Yeah. So I'll need to be a co-host. And what I want to say before we do the transmission is it is our time as women. Like, we are here in a woman's body in this group listening to these three women right now for a reason. Because women need to join together now around the world. To uplift each other. So that's what our transmission is going to be about, creating some safety to rise into your true power. And Dana, she's going to play her amazing flutes, which are going to lift you up to a higher vibration. Anybody need to be lifted up right now? We all need to be lifted up right now. So we're going to get lifted up for a few minutes with some guided meditation and music. And then we want to bring you like 3 to 4 minutes of a breathwork empowerment. So 10 minutes, Elizabeth, do we have 10 minutes?
You've got 9.
Oh, okay, perfect. Let's do it.
Perfect. And 9 is good.
Camera, so I can just be right in it with all of you. Give you the floor. 9 minutes.
Okay, great. I'm going to set my timer.
And the flute helps to open the heart. So be aware of heart energy, 4 chambers in the heart. So breathe into all of them when it's time to breathe, and we will guide you. Simple inhale and exhale with the mouth open.
Let's take a deep breath right now. Place a hand on your heart and a hand on your belly. And let's come home. Let's come home right now to our hearts, to our bellies, to ourselves. Calling back all of our energy that we have had scattered out in the world. Bringing it all back to yourself. And let's start by giving ourselves so much self-love and compassion for all that we are passing through right now. Breathe it in. Let the flute bring a soothing balm to your heart right now. Let it fill your whole body with healing energy and the remembrance of who you are in truth. The light, the love, the beauty, and the love you have to give, the gifts you have to give. Let's rest our hands now on our laps and let's just open to receive for a moment of grace, a moment of healing. Let's welcome together a downpouring of divine light. Whatever your tradition, whatever your beliefs, there is light pouring in from the heavens above us, filling up our bodies, our minds, our emotions, our bodies, and just let it wash through you, cleansing and clearing out any turbulence, any worries or concerns about our future, your future, how you're going to do what you want to do. Let it all go right now and just be a vessel of love. And let's let it pour all the way down through our bellies, our roots, and down into the earth, Mother. We are here to bring love to the earth, bring gratitude to the earth. Let's send our roots deep down. And let's compost anything that needs to go right now. Any stress, any worry, any fear, any doubt. Take a deep breath and just let it go. We don't know how the miracle will play out. We trust in love as a greater power. Let's send our roots all the way down into the heart of Mother Gaia and feel her strength, her love, her resilience. Let's let that rise all the way back up through the bottoms of our feet and legs, giving us strength up through the base of the spine, the belly, solar plexus, through our hearts, our arms, our hands. Let's release our ancestral burdens and set them free, for we are the light bearer now, here to bring our gifts up through the throat, through the third eye, through the crown. And just say yes to yourself, to your life. Let's put our hands in prayer position in front of our hearts. Let's set a clear intention to breathe into for the next 3 or 4 minutes to empower for yourself. Take a big breath. Bring all of your intention here. Energy flows where we send it. What miracle would you like to have happen? Would you like to receive into your life? How can we support you to step in to who you really are? And when you're ready, let's rest our hands open on our laps and let's turn it over to the breath. We've got 3 minutes to breathe, so we're going to invite you to begin to relax your jaw. Open your mouth. Breathe through your mouth if you're comfortable, or your nose if you prefer.
connecting into your heart and feeling the heartbeat of the Mother Earth beneath you. Every breath a gift of life.
Let's do it. Let's just go for our breath for the next 3 minutes. Breathing into our true power, our true courage, our true strength. Whether you are male or female here in this group, it is rising. It is rising in each of us.
That's it. Remember who you are. Into the heart, up to your crown, through your whole body. Breath.
Focus on your inhale. Let go, shake it out. On the exhale, let it all go. What is most important for you right now, for your life?
If your miracle came true, how would your life be different? What would your offering be? Your medicine?
Calling in the safety and the protection of your ancestors, guides, and guardians of the divine in you, for you to step out and shine, to share, to serve, to help, because you have that calling inside of you. Let out a sound if you need to. We have another 90 seconds to breathe.
Feel the quality of your breath. The universe is supporting you, and let yourself take as much breath as you want. A yes to life, a yes to love, empowerment, your beauty, your strength.
That's it. Let the breath rise all the way into your heart and call in that vision. Call in all the support that's here for you. Up through the crown, let's open to that greater light.
Your magnificence, beautiful women, powerful women, you are magnificent. Nothing can hold that back.
Nothing can hold us back. Let's place a hand on our hearts and a hand on our bellies and take 3 more connected breaths and make a commitment to yourself. To give yourself the gift of breath and the gift of all the support that's here for you.
This beautiful, safe container. Hand on your heart. If it's not there already, just feel the power of your heartbeat. Wrap your arms around yourself.
Give yourself a big hug. And let's send it out to everyone on this call right now. We are taking a stand for the sacredness of life. Let's offer it all up together. That's it. Oh, shake out your body. We love to hear how that was for you. You can put it in the chat. Here comes Elizabeth.
Even a single breath can shift many, many things.
You two are just divine channels, and you have blessed not just this day and this event and my heart and this community and that ripple across the planet. Just thank you. Thank you.
You're so welcome. We are another you and you and you and everybody here. We're all in this together. It's time for us to fully claim who we are, our gifts, and to have the courage and the mentors like Elizabeth to help us step out with our gifts now.
Thank you. Put in the chat, everyone. How was that for you? What are you feeling? What are you noticing? And for us to put in the midst of this magnetic influence intensive where we're learning things that are up here, and then to drop it like deep into our bellies, into our hearts and souls.
Yeah, we have to do it all. We have to use, all these social media tools and understanding how to get ourselves out there. And then we have to surrender it to something greater. That's the best combination.
It truly is.
Yes.
What wisdom or advice would you offer these women as they step out into their influence on the planet in the work that they're doing? What's your best advice for women entrepreneurs today?
Mine is trust. Trust yourself. Trust the birthright you were given, that all the support is here for you, and don't give up. I know that's one of Dana's favorite lines, but that's what comes to me right now. Like, don't give up. It may take you longer than you think. It's been a long journey for us. But don't give up, because it's the most meaningful thing you can do with your life.
Shauna, thank you. I say this all the time too. So I'm with you, Dana. Don't give up, because we just need to not give up. Even when we get taken out in little ways, we just stay. Yeah. What about you, Dana?
Well, mine is actually never give up. Because I was told, you're disabled. And I was like, no, actually, I'm never giving up. And so, it propelled me. So my advice would be follow your heart, because the heart really knows. The heart is the medicine. So the heart, there is a trust in that. When your heart is open, then the next steps to be giving your gifts, sharing your gifts, and getting the support to get your gifts out there, because we all need it. We all forget, we all fall, and then we rise again.
We come back and we bring each other back, and we remind each other who we really are. How can these women are just loving it.
I love what Willa said.
Intellectually,
What did she say? Emotional and spiritually orgasmic, intellectually as well.
Yeah.
We love it.
Lady Michelle is elevated, just tingling all over. So wonderful, powerful. Thank you, and blessings coming through for you. How can this community follow up with you and like join your things and get into your trainings? Like, what's the link we can give them?
I'm going to give the claritybreathwork.com. You can get a free gift there to activate true abundance, and go check out our site, see what we have to offer. We'd love to support you. And we're actually bringing Elizabeth in to coach our practitioners next month, because she's such a rock star coach. And she's so empathic to breath workers, yoga teachers. So we can't wait to have you on, Elizabeth.
I am so thrilled about that. Breath has been just vital in my journey for the last 30 years. So thank you so much for that. I'm excited to be in your community. And I know that you do trainings with practitioners. So everyone, if you're thinking and considering breath work, these are your women. Yeah.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you, everybody,
So much
for your
love.
commitment, dedication, and all you've had to go through to be here. It's worth it.
It's good to feel your beautiful community here. Thank you, Elizabeth.
Yeah, thanks,
Thank
Dana.
you
Thanks,
so
Ashana.
much.
Any final moment of inspiration or wisdom? Ashana, you just gave one. Dana, what would you leave us off with as well?
Love, just love.
I was going to say that too. Choose love over
Choose
fear.
love.
Love the
Choose love.
fear. Love the
Love
fear.
the fear if it
And
arises.
keep redirecting.
And love your resistance. It's okay. And then keep, your heart is big enough.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, love.
Love it all. Love
See
you
you
both so much.
soon.
You blessed
Love
and honored
you.
us. Love you. Mwah.
So much
Bye.
love.
Bye.
Bye, sweethearts.
Bye. I love that. Aloha, by the way, because they are on Maui. They're in Hawaii. So such a, who's just like loving that? What essence and qualities did you see in these two women that you also want to bring into your own selves and your own businesses? Put that in the comments down below. I'm buzzing. I'm in a totally different space than I was. I mean, I've been like so excited and on with you all day, but right now I'm just like, we brought something together. Do you all feel it? What qualities did you see in them that you want to bring into yourself? Put it in the comments down below right now. Do you love that we brought them in? Put yes in the comments down below if you're like, oh, that was a good moment in this live stream, in this intensive. Put a yes in the comments down below if that moved you. And if you think I should do more things like that when we do these live streams, bring in, and especially bring these two, but if you want to have these two back on one of our events in the new year as well, I would love to bring them back. I don't know if they're still here, but I hope they're hearing me. We're going to have you back and do something even more. So I'm seeing lots of yeses and loves, and Yeah, these women are just, yeah, Dana's flute is just beautiful. Ashana and Dana, clarity, breath work. Okay, ladies, we are on to key number 9. Are you ready for the 9th key? Put a 9 in the comments down below. Put a 9 in the comments if you're ready for number 9, because remember, when you have all of these 9 keys on a page and you post it in the Women's Holistic Business Network later, let's actually get that network link put in the comments down below right now in case you're not part of the Women's Holistic Business Network. You post at the end of the day, the women in the Women's Holistic Business Network, all your notes from today, like take a picture of your beautiful notes, and I'll be giving one of you a $500 coaching and training package. So I'm really excited for that. Key number 9. This is one of my favorite. I'm just going to write it. Do big things. If I'm running out of room, do big things. No, I ran out of room for writing big things. Do big things in your business. Why? Because when you do big things, you get noticed, and that makes you magnetic. Like Dana and Ashana leading trainings in Hawaii and Costa Rica, and like coming on here, they're doing big things. This live stream is a big thing in itself. Host an event in your community, like do big things. The best way to get noticed is to have people see you doing big things and being up to big things, even if that's as simple as you hosting an online masterclass. For you, it might seem like, well, that's pretty simple. But for the people who need you and are coming to find you and your golden gifts, you doing that is a big thing. Speak on big stages. Reach out to event organizers. One of our clients is speaking on the 10X stage in Dubai right now. One of our other clients tonight is speaking at a fundraiser to end domestic violence. She's speaking on that fundraiser live and in person. She's the keynote tonight in California. Another one of our clients is speaking on a TEDx stage tomorrow. Like, they're doing big things. It brings tears to my eyes because I'm so proud of what they're doing. So speak on big stages, do big things, be bold, unleash yourself. But this is a really big thing as well. Doing big things, it takes courage. But remember, one of our speakers earlier said, like, the courage piece, it was Kristen. You just have to do those things over and over again, take those actions. And when you do big things, it expands your heart, it expands your energy, it expands your soul and who you are. It expands you into what's possible for you. So don't wait for permission or apologize for being who you are or showing up shiny. Do big things and claim the big things. So what's your next big thing? It might be to create a course. It might be to get on stage. It might be to start your own show. We're going to be teaching you how to do that at the Empowered Speaker Challenge coming up really soon in a couple of weeks. So make sure that you've joined our Empowered Speaker Challenge. We'll get the link in there for that as well. Do big things in your business. What's your next big thing you're going to do? Put it in the comments down below. What's your next big thing? Maybe it's start your own show. Maybe it's join our next challenge. Maybe it's host something like this. Maybe it's call somebody that you know you need to have a conversation with. What's your next big thing? Put it in the chat right now. Marlene's next big thing is our 5-day challenge, or is it your 5-day hosting your own 5-day challenge, Marlene? What's your next big thing? Put it in the comments. I want to hear what yours are. And as you do that, I want to remind you the Empowered Speaker Challenge is coming up. In this training, you're going to learn the same strategies and tactics that the top women speakers and leaders are using to be known. And being known is magnetic. It's big things. And they're doing this on their own authentic terms. And that's what I want for you as well. Like, you've seen the leaders come in today so far, and they're incredible and magnificent and magnetic. You're going to be able to do that as well. Oh, good. I see Brittany says, resume the show in a new location. Very cool. Eileen, masterclass. Mama Bear, first virtual talk. I love it on the endocannabinoid system. Beverly's first retreat in Negril, Jamaica. I love that. I'm going to teach you at the Empowered Speaker Challenge the tools that I've developed in my 30-year career as a holistic entrepreneur, leader, and speaker. I'm going to teach you all those tools. And over the course of 5 days, you'll be receiving high-level training, actionable assignments, and access to the supportive community of like-minded women just like you. So make sure that you do join the Empowered Speaker Challenge that's coming up. Our next guest, again, like I don't know what's happening to me today, but love is being poured into our community through our speakers, and I'm in a bubble of love. Like I could burst because I love these women so much. And our next speaker is one of my closest and dearest colleagues and friends in business. Ajaya Summers is coming up to the screen, coming up to the virtual stage. Let's give her sparkly fingers. Ajaya, oh, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, my total pleasure and honor to get to play with you, Elizabeth.
I've been looking forward to this, and some of you have met Ajaya before, but let me tell you about her. She's going to be teaching a little bit about embodied leadership mastery and self-actualization. And she's helped me personally tremendously. So you're going to love what she has to offer. So let me tell you a little bit about her bio and her background. So she's the founder of a unique somatic discovery process called Core Embodiment. It's an integrated system of embodiment practices, principles, and perceptual orientations to awaken and align with the power of your human potential. This woman is amazing. She's a certified biodynamic cranial sacral integration teacher, a NARM practitioner, which is neuroaffective relational model, and that addresses the developmental trauma, and an authorized continuum teacher. So you can see the level of experience and wisdom that's going to be coming to you with Ajaya is magnificent. Ajaya, I'm so glad you're here.
Oh, I'm so honored to get to be with you, Elizabeth. Thank you.
You're
Feels like an amazing group that has already you've been in the cauldron brewing up some good alchemical potion.
It's an incredible day so far. Everybody's been taking tons of notes and learning, and yeah, I'm excited to have you. It's one thing for me to tell everybody your bio, but why don't you tell everybody about your business and what you're up to?
All right. Well, I think I've been one of those people, probably many of you can resonate with this. I think since a young age, I was just always curious about like, what's our potential and who are we and why are we here and what is this being human? And yeah, I know that I guess traditionally we're called seekers, we're seeking the truth of reality. And for me, I think the first part of my journey had a lot to do with long meditation retreats. And, eventually this inquiry came in for me of how do I bridge these experiences I'm having in deep, retreat spaces? How do I bridge them into my business, into my life, into my human relationships? Because I was definitely having very deep, profound, direct experiences, we could say, of the nature of reality that are beyond words, beyond the mind. And then there was my life that seemed like this very messy, human, unwieldy situation. And so for me, there was a real turning point of leaning deeper into somatic practices. That's what continuum is. That's what biodynamic cranial are. They're somatic orientations and approaches to embodying not just the experiences or the concepts of what we are, or what reality is, but actually living them inside of our relationships, inside of our business, right? In the world where it matters. And it became really important to me as I was discovering how to kind of bridge these gaps, how to then share that with others, because it became really obvious that this is something we're all struggling with. And I think especially as feminine leaders, because inherently we're inside of this more hyper-masculine, dominant paradigm. And whether you're in a female or male body, I think we're all in a process of recovering and trying to discover how to bridge that larger gap of how to create more balance on the planet, where we're not dominating nature, we're not dominating our own bodies, we're not overriding our needs in the name of, get her done. And so I think these more feeling practices, these practices that actually honor our feminine nature, are really important in terms of bridging them into the business world, that we don't have this, I have to truncate myself and truncate my true nature to then go do my business, right?
Yeah.
So that's really what core embodiment in a simple way is about, is embodying the core, which means our gut brain and our heart brain particularly, and allowing more of this bottom up communication to our higher brain centers rather than this top down model, which is what we've inherited, that has a lot to do with overriding our hearts, overriding our feelings, overriding our bodies.
Yeah.
So it's really a journey of reclaiming that and bringing that
It's an
intelligence.
interesting dynamic to bring that, Ajay. I love everything that you're saying because we're holistic women, spiritual, conscious, and we're like, yes, I want to bring my gifts into the world. And then we get into business and we go into that top down. I mean, I've seen it in myself. I see it in a lot of my colleagues that we bring that, oh, I have to like push myself into this old paradigm of business. And it does exactly what you're talking about. It's just like, wait, that doesn't work for who we really are. So I'm really glad that you're speaking to this. And it's a theme that we've been weaving through today, some strategies, and then we're like, oh, and we matter at the core of our businesses. So I'm glad you're bringing that through.
Great. I'm glad you're bringing that through too.
Yeah. I want to know also, like, what's been something that you've faced in your journey, your own personal journey or your business journey that you've had to work through that's felt challenging? And what did you do in order to get through it?
Yeah, I mean, I think the challenge that I'm describing is ongoing because we still live in this very hyper masculine, sort of speedy culture. And the demands involved with running a business are generally very head centered, right? So I think in technology is becoming, more dominant, and AI and all this new technology, the demands that I think most of us feel on a daily basis of what we're supposed to respond to, and the answers to people's questions that are urgent. And, I think the ongoing challenge that I've experienced and that my work really addresses is, how do I stay connected to myself? How do I stay connected to the deepest seat of my why, of what I'm doing on a day-to-day? Because it can get really blown out and abstract when you're in the minutia of all the details. Mm-hmm. And I think staying connected to really like the soul of yourself and of your business, that deeper relationship to what we could say is like your dharma, gives us the fuel to navigate those crunchy, hard, maybe sometimes overwhelming moments when we kind of lose the plot on like, why am I even doing what I'm doing? Right. So I think having a daily practice, especially in the morning, of centering yourself in your why and feeling it freshly, like what's really alive in your heart today, that's the pulse of what you care about. And are you included in that? Is it not just about your service, right? But are you included inside of your own beautiful service?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's something that you've really helped me to see with fresh eyes over these past few months. Like, am I included in my service? Are you noticing this, everyone? How many of you are having an aha moment? Just put me in the comments down below. Like, we're really good at saying, I want to help everybody else. But are we including ourselves in that? And it's a beautiful theme that's happening through today. And I like that you say the morning practice of retuning into our own why. So I'm seeing lots of me's in the comments, which is really good. So what are some tools that our women entrepreneurs can use to support this?
Yeah, I think one really important, just kind of perceptual practice, I think that's wise to keep present to, is to also be able to recognize that your business is not you. So your self-worth, your intrinsic value is not contingent upon how many likes you got, how many followers you have, how much money is coming through. To be able to have a healthy individuated relationship with my business and and the faculties I utilize in my business on a daily basis are brilliant and great and important. And it does matter there, how many likes and how many, and all of that. But I think one of the challenges is to not start, perceiving your intrinsic value through that lens, right? So I think a daily practice where you center yourself on your core value that has nothing to do with what you do or how people see you, or if people get you, or if how many people registered, or that's definitely been a slippery slope. And I think that's an important, really important piece, is just remember who you are. Remember that your beautiful self-worth and value and worthiness of being loved is just inherently your birthright.
Mm. Yeah, that's so important to remember, especially today. This intensive is all about how to be more magnetic, or how to have influence, or how to like have people pay attention to you. And that can really get outside of ourselves. So I'm
Right.
so glad that we're anchoring it in with this, and that doesn't dictate who we are in our own selves. And when we come from that place, that is, to me, what it feels like when you're being that, when you're in your beingness. That's naturally magnetic without trying to be something that you're not, like some shiny thing. It's just like our being helps that. What does it mean to you to be magnetic and have influence as an entrepreneur?
Well, I think it's definitely what we're speaking to here, is that if I'm nourishing myself with being in nature. This morning I went for a swim in the ocean, and just, the joy I feel being in the ocean, or taking a walk on the beach, or, whatever your version is, playing with your dog or your cat or your child, or, whatever it is. I think just giving yourself permission to tap into joy, what brings joy to you, what just kind of turns you on and brings you more alive, is nourishing, right? And when we're nourished, we naturally overflow. We want to share that. It is magnetic. If I'm feeling drained or depleted, or, an example, yesterday I was feeling really drained and depleted. I had to take off the afternoon and go out into nature and fill up my well, So I think that's something really important to closely track is, am I running on empty? Am I running on fumes? That's not going to be magnetic. And it's so tempting when your to-do list isn't done for the day, and you gotta, I gotta do the one more thing, and I gotta, and I know in my own experience that if I follow that narrative, and I override myself to a point where I'm burned out, then I'm depleted the next day and I'm not functional, right? So it's like, how do we track this close listening, of trusting that if I honor myself, if I honor keeping myself nourished and resourced and resilient, there's going to be enough time and space, for my service to be received.
Yeah.
Right? For my influence to be received. So I think that's like a super important, very intimate, unique piece for each of us to track, right?
And this is a super important, unique piece in this entire day, is to track exactly what Ajaya is saying. Are you all feeling it? I'm picking up my notes, writing notes down, because it's true. And that, I see it in so many women. When I talk about burnout, like hands go up, and women are just saying they're outside of themselves. So what you're talking to us about right now is so vital and so beautiful. And how many of you know that you want more of Ajaya? Ajaya, you have some way that we can follow you, follow up with you, be in your world?
Yeah. I was going to share with you all, I thought might be maybe an easy just gift, is I have a free checklist that's, it's really, it's about staying in flow, essentially. 11 flow state hacks to stay in flow as a leader.
Oh, yes,
So
please.
I'm happy to share that. Opt-in, I don't know if you want me to put it in the chat.
Yeah, you can pop it in the chat right now. Thank you.
Let's see.
Yeah. And flow is important as a leader we go outside of ourselves and we come back. So these hacks are really going to help. And I think we even have it, our team might have it if it's the somatic intelligence page. That one's different. Okay.
Yeah, this one I just thought is super
Yeah, I like
easy.
what you just said. That sounds like a great one for our people. Are you all loving the gifts that our speakers are also giving you? Nod your heads if you are. So grab Ajaya's gift. Thank you for that.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
Yeah, I'm seeing the audience already say thank you. And what wisdom do you want to leave these entrepreneurs off with? They're women visionaries, holistic healers, spiritual leaders, and teachers and speakers. What advice do you have for them now?
I guess I just want to say, like, love yourself. Just really, no matter what you're experiencing, because I think business is a spiritual path, right? It is a path of that's gritty and challenging and can bring up so much vulnerability. And so I think that shifting that inner climate where we've got ourselves, we've got our backs, and we're loving ourselves in all that we meet and all that we go through is just so, so important. And it's so cliche, like we know that, but I am constantly humbled by what that really means.
Yeah.
To stay.
Yeah.
To stay in love instead of bringing judgment or cruelty or some sort of against, to really let your business not be against you.
Thank you. Beautiful advice. Thanks, Ajaya. Thank you for blessing us with your wisdom, your presence, and your energy. I adore your work and everything that you do. So everyone, make sure you get Ajaya's gift.
I adore you, Elizabeth. You know that. And you are such a profound coach. We've been trading. And so likewise, I have received so much of your particular synthesis and embodiment of how to be a feminine entrepreneur and, actually implement the skill sets of what I'm talking about on the ground in a really down to earth, practical way.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
I'm so grateful for you.
It's mutual. All right. Thank you. Everyone, what qualities do you see in this leader? What did she say that you want to embody? Put it in the chat right now because it helps to anchor it into you. And Ajaya, thank you so much. Everyone give her some sparkly fingers, our standing ovation. Love you.
My honor.
Oh, you were saying something. You can keep talking even though you got pulled down.
I was just saying my honor to be here. And
thank you.
Thank you all for your attention.
Yes. So beautiful. This day has been absolutely incredible. I have one more powerful speaker who's going to be coming up for you in just a few minutes here. Oh my gosh. Like I just drop in with each speaker and I'm like, wow, this is so amazing. And I'm writing notes and like doing all the things with you. Are you ready for key number 10? Magnetic influence key number 10. I mean, we're just pulling ourselves into our own centers and coming out from there. Number 10, when you are nourished, just like Ajaya just said, when you are nourished, put a 10 in the comments down below if you're ready for number 10. When you're nourished, when you are resourced, and you are feeling like you're at the center of it, you can do something that's really important for your business. This might be one of the most important things that I tell you to do. It doesn't matter how you do it. It doesn't matter like what you look like or what you sound like. As long as you come from your own center and you do this, you're going to be great in business. And it is be consistent. We talk about being magnetic. It means like drawing people to you, drawing your ideal clients to you, opportunities to you, speaking opportunities, all these things. But if you're not consistent, if you're like, oh, I'm doing my business, and then you don't do it for 6 months, or if you're like, oh, I'm putting a course out there, and then you don't do it, or you're like, I'm speaking and you don't do it, or you do some social media posts or videos, and then you don't do them for months, that lack of consistency won't have your audience feeling like they can trust you and lean on you. So be consistent. How many of you know you need to be more consistent? Put a big C in the comments down below for consistent. Because when you show up in inboxes and feeds at community events, in social media posts and videos, when you show up and you show up and you show up and you show up, people see your consistency, and then guess what happens? It builds intimacy and trust with your audience. And it doesn't matter how you show up, like I said before, but it matters that you do show up. It's because they see you standing for that thing that they need. And that consistency builds a relationship. And that's really powerful. So market more. That's consistency. I know that some of you are like, I don't want to do my marketing. But when you're consistent, the marketing actually becomes easier. Frequency, write the word frequency down. It means your energetic frequency, but I'm talking about frequency meaning consistent over and over and over. And here's a hack. You ready for this? Here's a hack. Do the same things over and over and over. So your business can get better. Your teachings get more refined. You get to reach a level of mastery in your business when you do the same things over and over. And beware of this consistency thing. The consistency thing, you're like, I'm doing the same course. I'm doing the same challenge. I'm doing the same masterclass. I'm doing the same videos. I'm teaching the same thing over and over. Beware of the sneaky little voice that's not yours that says, I'm bored. Because that little voice in you that says like, oh, I'm bored with this. I'm over this is the one that will take you out of just being consistent, showing up. And guess what consistency actually leads to, everyone? Income, cash, influence, the ability to reach more people and live your purpose. So that little moment where you're just like, oh, I've been doing the same thing over and over. I'm bored. I should mix it up. Don't do it. It's an illusion. Press the easy button. How many of you want to press the easy button? How many of you want to press the easy button? So many of you are saying C is like, oh no, I got you. I got you. Press the easy button, be consistent. And that's what's going to make your business a lot easier. I love that you're writing easy button. So number 10 is be consistent. I have 2 more keys for you. One more magnetic influence, powerful speaker. I have saved this woman for last on of our speakers, because she's magnificent and magnetic. So let's bring Chantel Adams up to the stage. Chantel, it's so good to have you here. It's been a while.
Hello. I know. Thank you so much for having me. And I'm just seeing I can feel the energy in the room. So this is fabulous.
Thank you so much for being here for this training and for bringing your wisdom on. I so appreciate you. I know that you've got like a full schedule and lots happening. So let me tell you about this woman. If you haven't had a chance to know her yet, she's going to teach you about magnetic storytelling today, how to turn your story into a message that creates a movement. So Chantel Adams has delivered over 1,000 speeches all across the globe and hosted an annual event, Shine Live, for 150 women entrepreneurs. She's featured in Forbes, Thrive Global, Huffington Post, and Entrepreneurs on Fire podcast, as well as on the cover of Business Heroine. What a cool name. Event head in Mindful Mavericks magazine. And as a storytelling and speaking expert, she's all about helping you gain massive clarity from your brand story. She shows you how to use your story to create a powerful message and platform which can be shared courageously in the world, turning your message into a movement. Chantel, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. And hello, everybody. Yay. I like that little standing ovation with the hands piece.
Right? We need that because it's the online piece. So why don't you tell everybody a little bit more about your business and your business journey?
Absolutely. So I really kicked off my journey in business with speaking. That was kind of my first love. And I spoke in schools. Actually, I was delivering a ton of assemblies for kindergartner to grade 6 was my favorite crew. And I was just leading a training earlier today where I said I had to change up things that I was doing in that speech for 45 minutes every 3 minutes, or I would lose them. So I really honed this skill of being able to captivate an audience because there was a bunch of kindergartners that you're trying to keep happy for a while. But it really led me into this place of questioning at one point after 5 years of doing this beautiful work, loving these little love bugs. But I was ready for something different. And that's where I was like, this online space is kind of cool. What is this all about? And then I thought, wait a minute, I've been doing this for 5 years. I've got about 800 speeches under my belt, all paid gigs. I feel like I could teach something. And as I leaned into teaching public speaking, I started to see the power of storytelling was really the foundation of that. And I knew that already, but then I started to see that, oh, wait, it's the foundation of your brand. It's the foundation of your offers. It's the foundation of everything, your voice, your content, your speech, your book, all of these pieces, your story holds it all. And so I started to really love this ability to tap in to people's stories in a way that they had never been able to really see or hear it before. And not only is it powerful for being magnetic and really being able to energetically connect with your audience, whether you're speaking live or online or even just on social media, but it also is a deeper healing experience when we can really tap into our stories from a higher perspective and see the wisdom, the lessons. We can understand that, oh, it was all happening for a purpose. So I could be doing the work that I'm doing right now. So it's a very beautiful journey. And then now I am here with all of you.
It's truly healing. Like, telling my soul business story has healed my heart and heals our clients' heart. Like, I see it around the world with women entrepreneurs. It is like core of healing our heart. So I love that you specialize in this. It's beautiful and brilliant. And speaking of stories, like, what's a low point that you've had to walk through that has challenged you and changed?
Yeah. I feel that, well, I had, and you know how they sometimes say things happen in a power of three, right? In a three thing. And it was about 5 years ago, I lost my big brother, and I was actually just boarding the plane to go to Nicaragua to host a women's retreat there. And I almost turned around and came back. We were in Vancouver and I got the call, and makes me emotional, but you know, my parents were like, no, that's where he would want you to be. And so I carried on, and tears down my face as I flew to Nicaragua. But it was a really special experience because we were doing all kinds of give back projects, working with the community, releasing sea turtles, and like all of these beautiful things. There was a school that I had helped build that we got to go to the graduation and support the families and the kids and celebrate. And so it was just this beautiful, and my brother had wanted to be there, but he also was a part of a trip to there before that as well. And then just I left my lifelong religion. I ended a 19-year marriage, all within about a span of 6 months. And what I feel that happened was I had gotten to this place where I really hit that point of what is this all for? And am I doing what I'm meant to be doing? And I'm in the place that I'm meant to be, and choosing myself as a woman. And so I made a lot of hard choices, a lot of hard changes, and it brought me into a deep, deep healing for a few years where I really honored that healing. And it's just been the last little while that I've started to like, here I am again. And this past year and a half, I've traveled almost every month. I've spoken on about 14 stages all over the world. I was in Egypt and Bali, and it's been this incredible experience of like, there's a depth out of the pain, which I know because that's what we teach, is that breakdown to that breakthrough. But there is a depth to my work now that is beyond what I ever had done before, because I am so deeply connected within. And also because the identity I had found myself in, it served to a point, but then in releasing and healing all of that ego, all of that identity, all of that codependency, all of that had seeped into my business as well as in my personal life, I was able to heal it all and rebuild. Like that Phoenix rising moment for sure, of like rebuilding it from that pure place.
Thank you for sharing so honestly what you've gone through. And I'm glad that you're here in like that Phoenix rising, coming back and pouring what you've learned onto the community. So I'm really glad to hear those pieces. And how many of you who are watching right now, whether it's in our behind the scenes or in our streams, can also relate? Just put yes. You can relate that you've been through things that are challenging and you had to kind of pull it apart, just like Chantel has done. You pulled it apart so that you could actually come through. So powerful. Yeah, I'm like, I think I'm seeing everybody right yes in the chat right
Very common theme. I feel like we've all gone through some very Phoenix moments over the last few years. It's been a journey for most people. So just honoring that in all of you, and that we can do it. We can do hard things, but also to honor the journey, honor the healing, honor the emotions, not bypass them. Let yourself be in it. Let yourself be real and vulnerable and say, I get it, with our audience too. And that's the power of story, is being able to see yourself in it and let others see themselves in your story, and to know that they're not alone, and to give them hope and permission and all of that, to be able to truly know that what you have done and that you have come through, I can do it too.
Oh, it's so true. Okay. What would you like to teach these entrepreneurs about magnetic storytelling? Let's hear.
Well, I think the first important thing is that we know that energy precedes the word. Okay. So I really, really believe, I know you talked about frequency from, yes, consistency, but I'm talking about the frequency, energetics, right? And so really coming into this place of getting into right energy before we speak on stage, before we come onto an interview, before we step on any kind of platform and use our voices in any kind of way. So let yourself be prepared energetically, and people will feel it. So there is now a place where I understand that our voices are the most important tool that we have, and that they can emit a frequency that energetically people feel it. Yes, the words matter, but there's something so much deeper that when we are in this place of our own channel, and I'm like, I think I'm speaking to the right audience here. So when we are being that conduit for the channel to come through, then we are felt. We are felt, not just heard. And so whether we say it perfectly or not, though, when we are channeling, it's coming through divine and perfect as is needed to be received. But when we come in from this place, it is more about the energy and the frequency that is felt within our beingness, within our presence, within the way that the voice transmits the frequency. It lands into their bodies and they feel it at a cellular level, at a soul level. And that is powerful. So don't get hung up on the words. Prepare yourself from a frequency level. Again,
you are speaking my language. I love it.
Good. Can I keep going or no? We're good? Okay.
Keep rolling. Everybody just put feel in the comments down below if you feel that you need to like get into the feeling essence of your words. Okay, keep going. So good.
And then from this place of when we tell our stories not for ourselves. We tell our stories for others to see themselves in it. Yes. So just as I said before, but truly from this place of when we can feel it from an emotion standpoint. So when we are brought to tears, when we feel that emotion, we know. So anytime I'm doing a story session with someone and all of a sudden there is this trigger of emotion, I say, what is that? Right? There it is. There it is. Follow the emotion. But also, if you're feeling it, let yourself feel it, then they will as well. So a lot of times people are like, I don't know how to like compose, or I need to be perfect, or I need to memorize. No, we come in from this place of leading with heart. We come from this place of being so present with the energy that is in the room. And we come into this place where we feel it so deeply to our core that they are also able to feel it. There's all kinds of science that goes behind it, but it's about that feeling again. And then coming into a place of a blueprint. Oh, sorry, go.
One of our speakers earlier was talking about how when we do something, we give others permission to do the same. Marianne Williamson said this, but it's like what you just said, like when we fully feel and express when we're speaking, we give other people in the audience permission to feel their feelings fully too. So I love it. Okay, keep going.
Okay, I love this question. So I'm going to tap on it for a minute here. Is how do you prepare before speaking? And it's really an individual journey, because some people, for example, I had one client and she said, but I'm not you, because I come on and it's almost like, I remember I was speaking at this event with Jason Silva. I don't know if any of you know him, and he's like this big energy. And I came on and I had my music going and I got everyone up on their feet and they actually had the lighters going and we were inside this pyramid and it was just this magical experience. And someone was like, you were taking us to church. And I was like, yes, that's my energy, is like this big energy of like, let's get on our feet. And like, that's who I am. But my client, she's like, I can't do that. She's not meant to do that, because she is this beautiful space holder that is like so soft and grounding. And so I said, when you go on that stage, you take your shoes off, you walk in barefoot, and you stand in the middle of the stage and you just hold silence and presence for the audience to sink into your magic. And that's what she did. So I want you to know that however you are meant to come on to that audience is also how you often are preparing, but it connects with your soul, with how you are transmitting, with your energy, with who you are. Amplify that. But backstage, then maybe that is for me. For me, yes, I get grounded with breath work. I get into that space, but I always do that self-talk piece or say a little prayer, whatever is right for you, is that if I can touch even one person today, then it has all been worth it. So coming into a place of service, coming into a place of deep service will mean that no matter what, when you step on that stage, what comes through you will be for the highest good of all. And that is the best preparation you can do.
Oh, I love this. It's so true. Like being of service is your highest preparation. You write that down, everybody. This is so beautiful, Chantel. You're speaking to the right audience and speaking to my heart as well. I love what you said. Like it's whatever that person's essence is, that's what they bring. And they don't have to be anything else other than what they are. And that's what we're talking about today, that magnetic influence. It starts with everyone here being exactly what they are and showing up in their own divine and perfect way. So thank you for bringing your brilliance. You have something that our audience can follow you. Like, how do people find more of you? What's the link that you want to drop for everyone?
So I do have, well, I had a couple, but I was like, I don't know which one, but I'm gonna put them both there, and you can say which one you resonate. They're both free. One is a storytelling, because I believe that the storytelling goes into your brand, your content, your speeches, all of that goodness. So I just go deeper on that process in this training, where you can really dive into your story on a deeper level in all those ways. And then I also have one that's about traveling and speaking, because it's one of my favorite things to do is to get paid to travel and see the world. And I was just in Egypt, as I said, and I got to speak for 20 minutes only. But yet I spoke for 20 minutes, but I had this week-long magical transformational experience in Egypt. And so it's so possible. So you can dive into that as well.
Thank you so much for sharing these gifts with this community. And what do you want to leave these women entrepreneurs off with? Words of wisdom.
I think that it's this piece of truly honoring the full story. And I think that we can all come into this place of greater transparency, but from a higher place. Greater vulnerability, again, but from seeing it from the other side and allowing people to be on that journey with you, where we don't have to be perfect and polished. And actually what we're craving is more real, and that your resonance and your frequency of that magic, that you don't dim down or that you don't hide a portion of you, that you truly are able to be seen in all of who you are, the ups, the downs, the beauty, the hardships, all of that you can truly come in and people will respect, admire, and appreciate and be magnetized to you for that purpose.
Thanks, Chantel. You are a gift. You are a light. I'm so glad that you're able to give us just the snippets of wisdom that you have today. And let's do more. I want to bring you back in and have even more of you in this community. So thank you for taking the time to be with us.
Thank you. And thank you, everyone. And if you guys want to come say hi over at Chantel Speaks on Instagram, I'll be there. Also, I'm just going to listen in because this is so fabulous.
Perfect. Okay, everybody, what qualities do you see in Chantel that you want to embody in your own magnetic business? Put it in the comments down below. What do you see in her? What essences do you want to bring forward into your own life and business? Put it in the comments and give her sparkly fingers. Thanks, Chantel. Give us our standing ovation, round of applause. We have 2 more keys left. How many of you are learning so much from these speakers? This is just one day. Can you imagine what it would be like to spend even more days with us? Absolutely amazing. I love this. Okay, let's go on to key number 11. Put an 11 in the comments down below if you are ready for key number 11. Put a big 11 in the comments. Okay, I see that you are ready. And I promise y'all, I didn't plan it this way, but this is happening. Key number 11 to magnetic influence is speak. I can just hear in my mind that Chantel is giggling over there. Speak. When you speak on live streams, summits, podcasts, shows, conferences, even at your local community center, church, yoga studio, radio station, like whatever it is, when you speak, guess what happens? You stand in the position of expert, and there is nothing more magnetic than that. There's nothing more magnetic than when you are able to deliver valuable information to people. Yes, tell them a story. Yes, be in your essence, like do your thing. And when you give value to people and you speak, when people see you speak, they're like, I want to hire that person. If they needed help and support in one certain area and you happen to be doing like a masterclass either online in your local community, guess what's going to happen? They're going to have you at the top of mind. Speaking is one of the most powerful ways to, and I'm going to re-say that, speaking is the most powerful way to grow your business, period. I'm sure Chantel would agree. Put speak in the comments down below. If you are feeling me for number 11, speak. There's nothing more magnetic than speaking. And you don't even have to be perfect. In fact, it's better if you're not perfect. And you don't even have to be good at it. It's better if you're not good. You just be good at what you're an expert in. And just tell people about it, whether it's on your show, which we're going to be teaching you how to start your own show, whether it's on other people's stages or platforms or interviews, whatever it is. When you speak, you are magnetic. So speaking is so powerful. And that's why we want to make sure that you know, and you're all signed up for the Empowered Speaker Challenge, which is coming up October 30th. So save your spot in this incredible, it's just an opportunity for you to unlock the secret of speaking that's going to elevate your business to the next level so that you can live your most highest and aligned purpose. So let's get the link for the Empowered Speaker Challenge. It's another free training for all of you coming up. We're just pouring onto our community because it's what we love to do. And by the end of the challenge, you'll have the tools and confidence to amplify your voice as a platform leader and speaker that positions you as an expert. I'm going to teach you our entire empowered speaker system on that challenge. And you're going to learn all my speaker power tools as well. And it's free because I'm on a mission to empower as many women leaders as possible in this community and beyond worldwide to unleash their inner light and speak with magnetic presence. So really excited about that. Speaking. Okay, are you ready for number 12? Can we have a drum roll for number 12? And I just want to honor every single one of you who've been here all day behind the scenes in the live recording, because we're streaming this, we're making it available later, but all of you who are here live with me, I feel your hearts because you're just like, you're here, you're doing it. So let's do this. Number 12, and I actually have a bonus tip for you as well. I got a bonus tip for you. So now key number 12, all of these keys that you've learned today, whether it be being real, solving a micro problem, hooking people in, asking engaging questions, listening, caring about people, giving to your audience, staying in your lane, doing big things, being consistent, speaking, they all come together and they make the biggest difference when you do this essential piece in your business. Are you ready for this? Because I know that spiritual leaders and holistic practitioners like you sometimes leave this out. This is really important. Whoops, if I can spell it. It's late in the day. Okay, invite people to work with you. This is the most important step for you getting people to say yes, to pay you, to align with your business, to join your programs, to join your courses, classes, your online talks, whatever it is. This is one of the most important pieces, and that is inviting. Being magnetic and influencing people's transformation depends on the fact that you actually say the words. Remember what Chantel said, like the energy in the words? It depends on the fact that you actually say the words, join me here, join my thing. I have a program, I have a course, I have coaching, I have something that can help you. How many of you know you need to invite more? Put a big I in the comments down below. If you're like, I need to actually take my business to completion, which means follow it all the way through all the steps and invite people. Put a big I in the comments down below. I see Kylie going, I, all the way across. And don't hold yourself back. Like this, it's time for you to invite. There's a lot of things happening on the planet today, and we need empowered women leaders like every single one of you with businesses that are thriving. So when you invite people, guess what happens? Your people's lives change. they can actually make change in their lives, heal their stuff, move forward when they have what you have to offer. And if you don't invite them, somebody else will. And it might as well be you, because you have a calling on your heart to do so. It's important for you to know how to do this and how to convert. And it's one of the things that we teach in our longer programs as well. So I've got one more bonus tip for you, but let's just go back. Be real, be 100% you. Like, gone are the days of like, you have to be something that you're not. Like, just be real. If you like to swear, swear. If you like certain things and don't like certain things, do those things. Like, just be 100% you. Let your own authentic voice come through. Number 2, solve a micro problem. This is how you really stand out, especially online. Don't try to be all things to all people, but solve micro problems. Number 3, hooks. We went over this, making sure that you are having titles that really magnetize your audience towards you in your emails, your social, whatever it is. Number 4, ask engaging questions. How many of you are asking questions more in your businesses? Put a big A in the comments down below. I just did it. Okay, number 5, listen to your people. Listen to what they have to say so that you can give them what they're actually asking for. Number 6, care about your people. Give generously. Give generously in things like this. Raise money, give your time, like, have your business have a purpose behind it. And that's going to keep you in business. Number 7, give to your people, give with generosity. Number 8, stay in your lane. Stop trying to be all things to all people. Stop trying to do other people's stuff. Stay in your lane. And by doing that, you become the go-to expert in your area. Put go-to if you want to be the go-to. Number 9, do big things. And a big thing for you might be leading a little workshop in your community. That might be your big thing. So do your big things, step on big stages, get interviewed, start your show. We're going to teach you how to do that in the Empowered Speaker Challenge. We're going to teach you all how to start your very own online TV show. Go to. I love this. Number 10, be consistent. Just keep showing up. It doesn't matter what you do. And just like Chantel said earlier as well, like, one client is like this and one client is like this. Be 100% you, but be consistent. Number 11, speak. It's the thing that can change your business. Just start speaking more. It's the thing that can actually draw and attract clients to you more than anything else. And number 12, invite those people. Give people the next step to take, whether it's get your free gift, whether it's join your workshop, whether it's find you online, whatever it is, invite people. Don't be shy. And don't let anybody tell you that you shouldn't do it. Now, if you implemented half of these 12 keys and half of what you learned today from the speakers, do you think your business would change? Put a yes in the comments down below. If you think you just implemented half of this stuff, do you think your business would change? I totally agree. Like, I'm seeing all the yeses. I mean, if you only implemented 10% of this stuff, would your business still change? Put a 10 in the comments down below. If you implemented just 10% of this stuff. And so I just invite you, today is all about just giving our community a gift. And I invite you to use it, to implement it, to make sure that you take the action steps and do the things and move forward in your lives and your businesses. Don't let this just be a day of note taking and then you go back into doing what you were doing. If you take tiny action steps like you learned today, I heard I got this big page of notes. If you take those action steps, you decide and you do it, it's going to make a huge difference to you. I'm seeing so many 10s in the comments. Imagine if you implemented like one piece a day for the next couple of months. Finishing off 2023 is going to be so different than it was yesterday. You've just set yourself on a completely different path. How many of you feel that? Put yes. If you feel like something has moved in you today, moved in your heart, moved in your soul, moved in your business, put a yes in the comments down below. If you're like, something is different. I want to make sure that you know that we're giving another free training, the Empowered Speaker Challenge. Let's get the link in there, because that's the next step for you, is our Empowered Speaker Challenge, another free training. It's 5 days for you to ignite your platform as a speaker and a leader. I'll be sharing our Empowered Speaker system and how to start your own online show so that you can have a platform that magnetizes ideal clients and also gives you leverage for exchanging with other speakers, which is very cool. So I am so excited to invite you to the Empowered Speaker Challenge. We'll make sure that the link is pasted in here again for you all in case you're all not signed up yet. Are you all signed up? Just put an E in the comments down below. My favorite letter. Put an E in the comments down below if you're already signed up for the Empowered Speaker Challenge, October 30th. Clear your calendar. I'll see you there each day, every day. It's just an hour a day. Plus, I'll be doing a little behind the scenes. So if you get VIP, I'll be doing behind the scenes Q&A and coaching with you all, which is very cool. So go ahead, join me. Join empoweredspeaker.com. Join empoweredspeaker.com. I didn't say that earlier today. I was just getting the link in, but I realized we're streaming to a whole bunch of platforms that don't necessarily have the link. Join empoweredspeaker.com. And as we are starting to wrap up, and I got one more tool for you. I got one more tool for you that you're going to love as well. One more key. As we start to wrap up, what has been something that's really moved you today? Just write it down in your own notebook, write it down in the chat. What's the one thing? Because I've poured out a lot. I've poured out like a year's worth of information on you. Our speakers have poured out thousands of dollars worth, tens of thousands of dollars worth of training onto you. What's the one thing that you know you want to move forward with? Put it in the comments down below right now. And as you do, I'm going to share a final tip with you. So you've got 12 keys. I'm going to give you one more, and then I'll tell you how to win a prize today too. One more key is the bonus one. I'm just going to write bonus. And I'm going to write the word align. Align with other people who are doing the same things as you. Like these speakers who I brought to here today, I could hang out with each and every one of them all day long, all year long, and never run out of things to talk about because we are aligned entrepreneur women leaders on the path. So who are you going to align with? Our community is incredible. Proximity matters. Who you put yourself around really matters. And sometimes before I really went all in on my business, I didn't have a lot of people in my life who were entrepreneurs. And when I started, they thought I was crazy. And other people kind of were like, oh, you shouldn't do that. And then I got around women who were also entrepreneurs and it's like, let's go together. And that's how I created multiple six figures in my business, multiple years in a row, and continue to, because I'm aligned with other entrepreneurs who are doing the same thing. So choose wisely who you get trained and coached by. These women who you've been with today are incredible. Our community is incredible. Align with other people. That is the most important thing that you can do. Oh, is it somebody's birthday today? Kylie, is it your birthday? Oh my gosh, happy birthday to Kylie. So what is your big takeaway from today? Really important, put it in the chat. And I'm going to stick around here for a few minutes. If anybody would like to raise your hand and just share your takeaway from today, ask questions, have me coach you, I'm right here for you. So think about what question you might have that you want answered, because it's been me and the speakers talking all day, but I would love to hear from you. So you can either raise your hand or put it in the chat. I want to hear from you. So Kylie said, Kimberly says, taking action again. Mama Bear Canna Coaching says, breaking down walls that I have put up. Mad says, listen to the whispers before it comes to screams. Kimberly says, welcome. Wonderful day, Elizabeth and Stephen. Thank you so much. Hugs. Oh, you're so welcome. Beverly says, thank you so much, Elizabeth. This training was more than I could have wished for. I will see you in the Empowered Speaker. I will see you there. It's going to be so great. Sharon says, thank you, Elizabeth and Stephen, for this amazing 4 hours. Very powerful. Katrina says, thank you so much. This has been the best. I feel the energies in me have changed and I'm ready to shine my light and passion into the world. Stephen, are you recording those? These are so beautiful. Keep putting what your takeaway is. Kylie says, universe has thrown you back back in her life. Kylie, it's for a reason, and happy birthday. Oh, that's you. Well, I'm taking it too. Kasha, thank you. It was just the push I needed. You're welcome. Beverly, you made this so easy to implement, which I plan to do. Thank you, Elizabeth, for your teaching. You're so welcome. Sharon says, what do I really want for my vision, my people, myself? That was from Stephen. I loved that. This is so, so good. You're so welcome, everybody. And my hope for you all is that you take this into your lives and into your businesses and have a ripple effect. Reach more people, not so that you can make more money, but you will. Not so that you can have more impact and be like known, but you will. but so that you can change people's lives on the ground level, one person at a time. And when you do, we're going to have a ripple of impact that is going to spread across the planet to the people who are out there that need it right now. You never know what kind of impact you're having on people, especially when you lead and you speak and you step out. It's going to be such an incredible journey. Let's make the next 2 months in 2023 really, really worth it. I'm going to give you the link to the Empowered Speaker Challenge one more time. If for some reason you haven't signed up yet, we're going to make sure it goes across all of our platforms that we've been streaming to all day as well. Stacey, it was so good to have you here. Lady says, ripple like the ocean. Yes, I love it. You're welcome. The entire day, Stacey says, you and Stephen and all the speakers have been so moving and inspiring. Thank you. You're also amazing and beautiful. You're welcome. Christine says, thank you so much. Elizabeth and Stephen, so many great teachings. Aloha from Hawaii. Thank you. Marissa, a wonderfully inspiring day. Thank you, Marissa, for being here. You're so welcome, everybody. So go out and be magnetic in your businesses. I'll see you all back here October 30th for the Empowered Speaker Challenge. Eileen says, thank you so much. So many great teachings. Step into your birthright of abundance. That was a powerful way to start. See you October 30th. Lady Michelle C. Love back to you in Calgary. I like that so much. So love you all, and feel free to unmute yourselves. Let's hear the voices rippling across the stream. Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Hi, thank you so much. Wonderful evening.
Thanks so